Start record. Recording. Okay.
Better?
Yeah. Okay. It is, I don't even know what day it is. The 28th? 29th?
27th.
27th, Monday, April 27th. Quarantine, lockdown, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so, okay, so we have a lot of serious topics to talk about, and I haven't really met with Brittany in a while. I don't know, it's been a month and a half or maybe longer.
Something like that.
Since the quarantine started. Mm-hmm. Our last visit was very significant because we went down to Van Nuys Police Station to report the things being done.
Right.
And like usual, them trying to curve me and make me think it's my fault and tell me that I should want to be infamous and hunted. And me walking out saying, so you're not going to do anything? And them saying no. And me substantiating, I told you what this is about. It's about me stopping my brother from bashing Gregoire's head in with a crowbar. And we spoke about whether my brother really was going to do it is irrelevant.
Right. And
it turns out that my brother with Gregoire are coming after me to try to set me up, to make it look like I'm helping my brother go after Gregoire, which I told my brother, I'm not going to help you on these things and blah, 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 with his blood is thicker than water, and I'm going to put you in a mental institution.
Right.
Okay. Now, obviously, it gets a lot deeper and it gets a lot more complex, and that's around 16 and it actually starts at 5, but they're the same templated activities from groups of people to try to lock me away, going from group to group to group to group to group my entire life until there's worldwide groups to exterminate me. And a lot of this has to do with my brother's cover-ups that he was a thugging, bullying, annoying older brother, and not on a normal level because I didn't understand the things he was doing, like keep showing me horror movies and trying to flip me out and say I'm crazy and conform to media with my own father telling him to do it. Okay, so anyways, I don't want to get on a tangent, but from that much information you can pretty much understand the level of complexity with people like my father with psychology degrees, me being born on Air Force bases in Merced, the types of things that they don't want me talking about. This opens up doors about with, I can't tell you from fact, but obviously there's all sorts of freaky illegal things on NSA level with the psychology community and psychological warfare that derive from Adolf Hitler's regime as a next step in his warfare tactics, inherited by the U.S. government, saying, hey, Adolf Hitler's an evil guy, but we're going to use some of his psychological warfare tactics if we flag people and things like that, right? Okay, now I can't, sure, it's a conspiracy theory or whatever, based on only one. I have only one conspiracy theory because the, what's her name? The prosecutor and these mass groups, Karen Phillips or whatever, were playing these scams like, oh, Kevin, so you believe in conspiracies and this and that. Just one. Mass groups hunting me down to fucking eradicate me. And it's not a conspiracy. Correct?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been proven 100 billion times over, especially if I'm forced to put up a website and they get death threats. You're not allowed to defend yourself and tell anyone what's going on after the police refuse to help me 1,000,000 times over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
So, I'm going to fly through this shit because we have so much to talk to, and then hopefully we can freeform it after and maybe go back because we never finish. On that note, so we went down to the police station. A week later, I get an internal affairs letter stating that I'm lying.
Oh, I have it too.
Okay, you were there, correct?
What? When? At the police station? Or when?
Correct. This internal affairs letter isn't specifically about last week. It's about it's in general.
Okay.
But you were there with me last week.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And I've been to 15 to 20 police stations all across Southern California.
Every time.
And they're all audio recorded too, them saying that mass groups are allowed to get together and torture and kill me if they don't touch me, in different variations, and them getting angrier and angrier no matter what county I'm in, showing the connected events. And just to be fair, before going down to each police station, in San Diego and Redondo and Torrance and Bakersfield, and I went to coffee shops and sat there for 30 minutes watching people stalk me and getting proof, and then walking into the police station 30 minutes later with local area activities, each city. Okay, and they wouldn't do a thing, and they all knew who I was, trying to make me look crazy. Okay, so
This says,
yeah, you can start reading it.
your allegations the employee told you LAPD was not obligated to help you with these use of video evidence, fail to arrest the suspect, because your statements in the report have been classified as demonstrably false.
Try to read louder. Demonstrably false. Look at, I highlighted because they're sort of putting like a message like I'm a monster. Right.
Which means the investigation determined that the acts alleged did not occur. What is I need to look up that word.
I think it just means like
horribly false.
Flagrantly false. I don't even know. I mean, for all I know, I've never heard of the word. Anyone use that word in that context? It might mean like nothing, but I actually called up. Who did I call up? I called Michael R. Moore, chief of police, on the phone. And I said, you know what? I got your fucking letter, and you can call. You're full of shit, and you can call me on the fucking phone. I didn't get a call.
Really?
No, of course not.
Of course not.
Okay, so...
Oh, this says demonstrably means in a way that is clearly apparent or capable of being logically proved. In a way that is clearly apparent or capable of being logically proved.
Yeah, okay, I have a website. Kevin Perlman Target has a page that says police refusing to help with like 100 police reports. And they can't connect 100 different events to anything out of the norm.
Right.
Bullshit.
Right.
Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. This is a cover-up. You were in there with me.
Right.
You were in there. Aside from the audio recordings or the endless police reports showing that they won't do anything above a simple piece of paper.
Right. And asking about like the psychological warfare and abuse and stuff like that in the police station, literally they said there's nothing they can do.
He's full of shit.
Yeah.
Completely fucking full of shit. You don't think that this organization that is interlinked through computers worldwide.
Right.
Okay, if I rob a bank, if I walk in with an M16 and rob a bank, and I hop my car and I drive to Mexico, or I go fly to Sweden, or I go to freaking Zimbabwe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Did they instantly have the internet capabilities to track me down? Through the police, linking through the FBI, linking through CIA, linking through all these agencies. Oh, they don't have those capabilities? Bull fucking shit. And it links through FBI and cyber warfare and Department of Defense. It's all linked.
Right.
They're just not going to do anything because they hate Kevin's guts and they want Kevin Perlman dead. And that's what needs to be talked about. What is going on?
Right.
Kevin Perlman needs to be hunted and killed since 5 years old. He turns 29, met with Mike Huntley. You're a fucking dead man. We're going to kill you with the government. That's where me finding out what's going on starts. But it starts at 5 years old.
Yeah.
The entire planet told, given hundreds, thousands and thousands of lies about me in secret so that I can't defend myself.
Right.
With Ronald Barry Perlman and Mike Huntley saying you're a dead man and you can't defend yourself.
Right.
Okay, so nothing makes any sense other than the government has sanctioned a worldwide execution in unheard of methods starting at 5 years old, going after a 5-year-old.
Right.
Because I was supposedly breathing fire and lasers were coming out of my eyes, right?
Right. Exactly.
Okay, so obviously this is a falsified, fabricated statement by LA County.
Yeah.
Correct? And Internal Affairs. Corrupt as shit. Okay. Just so you can see the letter here. It exists. Okay, next thing. We had an older video of me going down to the post office with Brittany Henderson, filing complaints about what? Seymour Amster, Corinne T. Phillips. I'm not sure if I did Richard Barnwell on that one.
I don't think so.
Brittany, the bar association writing a letter to me saying, we don't see anything strange here, but if Corinne T. Phillips or anyone is trying to debunk Brittany's credibility as a therapist because I went to see her, and they're mad about that, or me videoing this, so they're mad, so they can get revenge or silence Brittany by destroying her life, that is highly illegal.
Yeah.
Words from the Bar Association. We sent 2 different letters, one for me with the same paperwork, identical paperwork.
Right, exactly.
From Brittany, and one for me. We have a video of us going to the post office, getting the certified mail, all that shit.
Yeah.
Okay. We get responses. They are completely different.
Yeah.
Okay, so first, Brittany, let's see, this is the one to Brittany Henderson. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but the State Bar's Office Chief Trial has reviewed your complaint against, they spelled it wrong, Han and Nitu Bottom Smith. The judge in your client's state court case, I think I highlighted the wrong part. Please be advised the State Bar is not authorized to address the complaints of misconduct by a sitting judge. Therefore, we are closing our complaint. Now, first of all, I'm not on the Bar Association, but a judge is basically a lawyer. They pass the bar.
Who regulates the judges then?
I think the Bar Association does. I think they're just lying. Now, I can't tell you that factually, but that's my gut instinct. They're full of shit.
Right.
Now, more importantly, they say they're closing the case for Brittany because she's bad-mouthing a judge. Now, Brittany's letter, identical to mine, isn't primarily about a judge. As a matter of fact, the primary argument is about Corinne T. Phillips and Seymour Amster conspiring together to get rid of
they didn't give me anything about that.
Brittany, and their statements, Corinne, I'm going to report Brittany to whoever, and the judge, Nitu Bottom Smith, saying, yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Okay, and the complaint made. Now, this is the most important part. Why did the Bar Association leave out everything else?
Right, that's what I was.
They curved the argument to one thing, and it wasn't even the priority complaint.
Right.
It was about Corinne T. Phillips and Seymour Amster, and then they curve it. Oh, you're going after a judge, and this is pointless and bye.
Exactly.
Okay, well, the complaint is supposed to encompass everything in a situation that is occurring. And you see this thing that's happening with each and every person around me? How they discount everything?
Yeah.
Like they don't have the ability. Okay, it's like if I showed you a photograph here, and all you could focus on was one pixel of the photograph.
Right.
You know, what about the kid going like this? What about the water splashing? What about the waves in the background? What about the plane dropping in the sky?
Right. Everything else?
No, there's a kid in the picture and you're a pedophile. What are you talking about? Same type of thing here.
Exactly.
Okay, it doesn't make any sense.
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Now that's Brittany's response. But wait a minute, what about Kevin Perlman's response? It doesn't say anything like this. Okay, so this is the State Bar letter to Brittany Henderson. Now we have the State Bar letter to Kevin Perlman, which is completely different. Oh, what did I put here on my notes really quick? This response is completely different than the response to me, nor does it mention the complaints against Seymour Amster working with prosecutor Corinne T. Phillips. Judge Nitu Bottom is mentioned as judges are lawyers, diverting the true argument into something it is not, like usual, and ignoring the whatever got caught off the obvious or whatever. Okay.
Do you remember when we sent these, like the date?
No, it's been about maybe 2 or 3 months, maybe.
Because yours says January 14th and mine says March 16th, and I feel like we sent them
January 14th.
after January 14th.
These are replies.
Right, but we sent it, like my reply was in March, but yours was in January. So like 2 months different?
I'm not I would have to look.
I mean, like, did we even send it before this date?
I probably did.
Oh, okay.
I've sent. I even sent ones after we sent.
Okay.
With Richard Barnwell. So I keep sending
more.
I keep doing it over because they refuse to be fucking honest.
Right.
And more people keep coming after me, trying to lock me away. And someone needs to do something. So I can't tell you specifically.
I just was thinking like they didn't even look at it. They just
I think what happened, because remember I deal with, I mean today alone I have over 500 things on video of people trying to make me mentally ill. Just driving here. Okay, so I think probably what happens is I keep submitting it and getting different varying responses that don't make any sense.
Right.
And I'm not sure. This reply is the same exact timing as when we send them both.
Okay, that makes
I'm not even sure anymore, but
I just didn't know.
The point is that it doesn't matter. The point is that they're getting the same documentation.
Right. No, I just thought that they responded without even reading it, because if we sent it like
probably what they did is they
13th,
skimmed. Oh, this is from Kevin Perlman, and they skim. Oh, a judge's name here and throw some bullshit answer.
Right. That's what I was
stonewalling, right?
Yeah, because that's 2 months. So yeah. Anyway, that makes sense to me. I'm just like, that'd be crazy if they sent yours so much faster than mine. It's like,
well, but they do all these weird, freaky, illegal things, or trippy, not necessarily illegal, but unethical. Yeah. Okay, so this is my response. It is the duty of the attorney to support the Constitution of laws of the United States, or they could have just backdated it, by the way. Who knows?
Right.
Support the Constitution and laws of the United States of the state. So now they're talking about constitutionality.
Yeah.
Here it appears that you are alleging that Miss Phillips' actions were a violation of law. I'm alleging. I'm alleging. Kevin Perlman. This is important because everything that happens to me in life, it's always my fault. Right. If my brother goes out and he does this road rage shit, it's Kevin's fault. If that person over there chokes on their bone eating, it's my fault. If I walk into a Starbucks and 1,000 people come in trying to mentally batter me to death and kill me and rid me of the world and then follow me to every place in the world, I'm making them do it. I'm annoying and making them do it because when I sipped on my coffee, I yawned or something. So there's a worldwide campaign to kill me. Just like the Aubrey Fisher excuse, I tapped my foot by her. For 6 years, worldwide people saw me and started tapping because I'm making Aubrey Fisher hunt me to have me killed because supposedly I'm annoying and a troll ridiculous. Because she doesn't like people who tapped her foot, and even if I did joke around with her, she's a psychotic murderer.
Exactly.
Paid off by the government. But the point is, and I'm getting a little sidetracked here, the point is that if you're by a psychotic murderer, they're going to be annoyed with anything you do. Right. That person might be annoyed because I know 3D animation, and they're going to kill me. And that person might be annoyed because I was walking down the street and stepped on a leaf, and the sound pissed them off, and they're going to kill me. Why is that my fault? Just like the people just kept setting off my alarm this week and then said, I'm doing all these things to them because my alarm keeps going off. Well, the entire concept of an alarm is that when you keep putting dog shit on someone's car and things like that, the fucking alarm's going to go off.
Right.
It's not my fault. Okay, it's what they're doing. And we're going to get back to that. Let's stay on topic. Okay. It is the duty of the attorney to support the constitutional laws Kevin Perlman has alleged. It appears that alleging that Miss Phillips' actions were a violation of law. Next, they're going to say, I think I'm a lawyer. Unfortunately, Ms. Phillips, reporting your therapist to the Board of Behavioral Sciences does not amount to a violation of ethical duty. In addition, the State Bar is not the trier of fact and cannot determine whether Ms. Phillips properly served. What are they talking about? They're the Bar Association.
That's exactly what I just underlined. How can you not determine that she incorrectly served the subpoena twice and then had a warrant out?
Yeah, lawyers look at law books all day and determine what's right and wrong, and if I can provide proof. So now the Bar Association doesn't do anything about making judgments whether someone did something right or wrong if you complain about it. Right. Just like internal affairs. Hey, we're the Bar Association, but we're not allowed to say a lawyer did anything wrong. So what do you do?
Exactly.
You do the same thing as the police, sit back and fucking eat donuts and kill Jews? I mean, right? That's your purpose? That's what my fucking taxpayer dollars pay? Okay.
Yes, exactly. It's like insane. So, and then the next sentence, The court having jurisdiction is the appropriate venue to make any legal and factual findings. So what does that mean?
It means the court can do whatever the fuck they want.
Right.
Just like Seymour's words and another lawyer, your lawyer, I don't remember his name. Oh, the cops don't trust you, they can do whatever they want. So if the cops don't trust me, they can put a bullet in my head? If the cops don't trust me, they can violate my privacy and have fucking people rape me to death and kill me? No, they can't. I mean, sure, they can, but once you go up normally through the hierarchy, people are held accountable. In my case, because they threw some weird label on me at 5 years old and ripped away my constitutional rights, I have no protections.
Right.
With the father going around, I'm going to kill you, and you're not allowed to defend yourself.
It's so
Okay? At 5 years old. Because I threw some fucking mud in the street and hit a car?
There's no...
That doesn't even make sense.
No, you're a little boy.
No, and if you want to talk about people with trauma, let's talk about Jason Perlman, who was bit in the face twice by Oppo, then started to fucking hunt me down to have me killed at 5 years old.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So your dog bit him?
Our dog, we had a Commodore, a show dog. This big ugly, it looks like a walking carpet.
Really?
Yeah, like the long, the long carpet.
Exactly what you're
okay,
talking about.
and my dad put in dog shows, and like all the animals my dog has, they all go crazy. And the dog bit my brother in the face, and then I think they did some behavioral thing or something, and they did it again supposedly.
Yeah.
And that's when my brother snapped, I guess, and wanted to inflict pain on me the rest of my life, probably telling the world I think I'm a dog or something. I can't tell you. Because all the things my brother's doing are little schizo hints about dogs and Son of Sam things with dogs and trying to make me look crazy. And okay, so the guy's nuts. He's insane.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's his trauma. It has nothing to do with me.
Right.
Okay. My trauma is turning 29 and finding out there's a worldwide campaign to kill me, and that's a daily trauma because every day I'm fighting off a planet that wants me dead.
Exactly.
Going, you're crazy and imagining it. While I get over 25 terabytes of video now of it.
Right,
okay,
exactly.
so sorry I'm talking so fast.
No,
we're always
it's okay.
limited on time.
It's okay.
So Kevin Perlman is alleging this and that, and the Bar Association is powerless to make judgments whether lawyers are doing things right or wrong based on factual evidence, with photos and video and audio recordings and this and that.
All the evidence.
So what they're saying is the Bar Association, just like the police, don't do anything at all.
Right.
But go after people they don't like. Okay, so, and remember that I don't know these people. I'm not a lawyer. I don't work in law. I'm a fucking 3D animation artist who came out of college finding out that he's being hunted to be killed by worldwide support.
Right.
And found out that every person I've ever been in contact with was trying to make me look crazy and eradicate me. Okay. With the police and government and psychology community. No offense to you.
No, it's okay.
Okay, so, I'm not reading the whole thing. This is my version, which is completely different.
Completely different.
From Brittany Henderson's version. For me, it states, I'm alleging that this is a crime, and for Brittany's it states you're going after a judge. Why doesn't it state?
Completely different.
Why doesn't Brittany's state that you can't make these claims?
Right. Exactly.
Okay. Now, this is the most important. This is the previous State Bar letter to me before.
Oh, that was the previous one. Okay.
This is from the State Bar as well. Based on before we filed these complaints about them reporting Brittany.
Okay.
Based on our evaluation of the information, we are closing your complaint. However, it is misconduct. This is not from me. This is the State Bar who just told me right there that I'm alleging. It is misconduct for an attorney to commit an act involving moral turpitude, dishonesty, corruption. Here you seem to allege that Ms. Phillips is conspiring with Mr. Amster to attack your therapist's credibility. There are no specific facts or information. Well, wait a minute. After this, we provided what?
All of it.
I provided emails from my lawyer stating they're going after her. They want to put her on the stand and question her about her validity of her therapy and who she is.
Yeah.
They're going to put her on the stand and ask her about who she is. They're going to complain to the bar. 3 witnesses, your lawyer, you, my lawyer, a letter from my lawyer stating he witnessed this, a letter from you stating you witnessed it, and your lawyer was telling me that I'm starting wars by complaining that people are coming after me. and won't leave me alone, and I'm innocent.
Right.
So I'm starting a war. I'm starting a war by saying I'm being fucking hunted by these people, all by myself. One man by himself is starting a war against the planet Earth for stating these people are fucking want me dead.
Right.
Does that make sense?
No.
Okay, no offense, but that was your lawyer.
Right.
Who refused to write a letter, and
I know.
I will not state my opinion about him after talking to him on the camera and seeing him in the courtroom. But whatever. You can only imagine the thoughts in my head about it. You know, and my response is, if I walked down the street and I saw him being ass raped by 100 fucking guys, and he's screaming for his life while blood was flying out of his fucking eyes and mouth, I just keep walking and go, don't say anything, you're starting a war.
Oh, shit.
Well, it's equivalent.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
It
is.
My version is much more graphic sounding.
Right.
What do you think's fucking going on here with 100,000 to 1 million attacks per day worldwide?
Exactly.
It's now been 19 years. 19/42 years. Okay, of exponential growth of this. Okay, so there are no specific facts or information. After this, we provide the facts.
Mm-hmm.
We provide undisputable facts. They're saying we want facts. Mm-hmm. This letter here says we can't do anything with facts. Who are we to do anything with facts?
Right. So then what are you supposed to do? Roll over?
Just die. We don't like you, die. Okay, in order to investigate the allegations of the attorney misconduct, the State Bar needs specific facts. The State Bar needs specific facts.
Which we provided.
If proved, would establish a violation of the attorney's ethical duties. Conclusions based on speculations and not supported by facts are insufficient to warrant investigation. We provided the fucking facts. The investigation should be closed, like every piece of video I've provided to the police and world. But nothing exists. We have determined that your complaint does not present sufficient facts to support the investigation. You have blah blah blah. It says something like you have 60 or 90 days to update us.
90, I think.
Okay. Right here, I'm going back to the letter after. State Trial of California, Board of California, whatever. We're going back to the after letter after we provide the facts. It appears that you are alleging Ms. Phillips' actions were in violation of law. Unfortunately, Ms. Phillips is reporting your therapist to the Board of Behavioral Sciences does not amount to a violation of ethical duty.
Right.
Okay, I have 2 letters here.
Right. Here, and it's like...
By the same people, the same organization.
Yeah.
Completely opposite arguments. And trying to make it look like I'm the bad guy.
Right.
Like I think I'm a lawyer in this thing.
Right. And here's the thing. Like, yeah, okay, reporting me, sure, that's not unethical in itself, fine. But the fact that she's trying to do that for another reason is to, like...
to silence you.
Yeah, silence me, fuck with you, violate your property, whatever it was. Like, that's the ethical dilemma there. You know what I mean?
And anyone can see it.
Exactly. And it's recorded on record in court about the subpoena being improperly served.
Yeah, I mean, you could if you're an honest lawyer, you can break apart piece by piece this case. Yeah. You'd have about 1,000 inconsistencies showing that everything's corrupt.
Yeah.
And that's why I have all the transcripts available, and I hire lawyers all across the world to go through all the transcripts and annotate the inconsistencies. Of course, most don't want to be honest because they're told don't help Kevin, but that's why I'm forced to fucking collect all this shit because they won't fucking leave me alone. Okay, let me just go back to... So that's the State Bar and Internal Affairs, and you can see they're all connected, correct? On illegal operations.
Totally.
Highly illegal, okay? The point is that if a cop in Kevin Perlman's life is following you from place to place, shooting bullets at you, I'm not allowed to tell anyone.
Right.
They didn't do anything wrong. You know why? Because I don't trust Kevin. And because he walked out of his house and he didn't shave and he looks like he could have mental illness or be an evil guy.
Ridiculous.
Or a bad guy. But nothing is based on actual fact.
No.
Hey, Kevin, when I came in here, the topic of, well, Kevin, did you kill someone? And I said, there's no... Okay, first, why are the cops running around telling the world I killed someone? But most importantly, aside from the little fantasies of theirs...
Right.
Where's the dead body and where's the crime scene? It doesn't exist. So you can't walk up to people and go, you know what, I think you're a bad person. I think you killed someone, so I'm going to hunt you down and kill you. You can't do that. Well, Seymour Amster and your lawyer says they can. If a cop's having a bad day and he has some fantasy in his head about you, he's allowed to hunt you down and kill you.
Yeah.
And in my case, Internal Affairs, the Bar Association are all supporting, through the psychology community, these operations. Yeah, it doesn't even make sense. Okay, so, let's see, what time is it? 12:20. Okay, let's see. This is just a quick, I don't remember if we talked about Rex Schillenberger on camera.
I don't think so.
Did we or didn't we?
Who was he?
Okay, Rex, super fast synopsis. Sean Dinsey is being sued. Actually, LA County is being sued.
Right.
But Sean Dinsey's name is at the top of the list. Trying to force Rex Schillenberger into a mental institution, just like me, fabricating paperwork, just like he fabricated my police reports, and contacted all my neighbors, go after Kevin. I want to lock him away. With his Adolf Hitler, anyone that isn't perfect needs to be locked in cages or mental institutions. And running for City Council, District 12, trying to boast himself politically by hunting down and exterminating the imperfect races or whatever, and then saying, I want a power pedestal to change the world, like Adolf Hitler. Okay? Identical. He's also, by the way, bald. I'm not... Can't tell you if he's actually a skinhead or associates with white power in jail or whatever, but he appears to me, from his quote-unquote actions, everything he's doing is fits KKK, white supremacist, white power, Adolf Hitler, and Adolf Hitler's regimen of gang stalking.
Yeah.
Okay. To the fucking T. Okay. Homeless man. Okay, I have about, on my website, I have all the Rex Schillenberger court documentation.
Okay.
By the way, it's a federal lawsuit.
Is it?
It's not a state, it's federal. Against LA County.
Yeah.
The entire LA County.
Wow.
And Sean Dinsey's at the top. They're in settlement.
Okay.
Because LAPD is saying, we can't win this. And I have all the court documentation on my website.
Okay.
Linking with all these articles spewed all over on different news sources. This one is from Gizmodo. Homeless man files civil rights suit against police officer who monitored him on Facebook and is blasting shit about him on Facebook like he's doing to me.
Right.
Riling up the masses against him. I'm not going to read the whole article, but it does show right here Sean Dinsey's name right at the top. Okay? You can have that.
Thank you.
I have other articles I give out, other versions of different news sources, showing that Sean Dinsey is directly linked to my extermination.
Right.
And he's being protected by Internal Affairs.
Yeah.
He's being protected by the Bar Association. Now you should start shitting yourself.
Right.
Okay? Anyone in LA County? By the way, I have tons of police scanner recordings. Possible male mental. Go after that person. Possible male mental. That person supposedly tried to commit suicide. Follow them. Okay, all these things are promoting violence towards the victims. Does that make sense? Okay?
Yeah.
Hey, this person might have mental illness. I'm following you from place to place. Well, now you're gonna get a little fucking paranoid. Why the fuck are the cops following me from place to place?
And okay.
That's
what they want.
Okay, now, most importantly, like I've said so many times, it's not a crime to be mentally ill. So if you actually suffer, you have OCD, you have whatever, and you're walking down the street,
Not a crime.
and some Dinsey, which there's shitloads of them in LAPD, is cruising around, hey, that guy has OCD, we gotta lock him away.
Doesn't even make sense.
Okay?
Yeah.
There's nothing that says that people need to be... There's no correlation between mental illness and cages.
Right. Not at all.
Or mental institution, which is a form of a cage.
Yeah.
There's no correlation. The only time someone is actually put in a mental institution is if they can't fucking, like, lift a fork to their fucking mouth, they're catatonic, like the movie K-Pax or something, and nobody has the money to financially support them. That's the reason. It has nothing to do with mental illness in itself.
Exactly.
Okay? Now, there are 72-hour violence holds, 5150.
5150,
That's
yeah.
72 hours. Okay?
It can get extended to 2 weeks max, but that's like
sure,
severe cases.
provided they're violent within the institution, correct?
Yeah, well, if
I mean, you
they're
can't.
deemed even after the 72 hours a danger to himself or others, then they can be held for longer.
Sure, but how do you deem it if
If
hey,
they're
this guy's
saying-
violent and he's in the mental institution and he's sitting there, give me another coffee and maybe I'll do this crossword
No,
puzzle.
it would have to be very straightforward. When I get out of here, I'm going to go home, I'm going to get this knife, and I'm going to kill this person.
Okay, well, sure, but now you're talking proof of
Right, exactly. That's
a
what
future.
it would have to be, though.
Yeah, they'd have to. I mean, that's pretty. Okay, and that's still only 2 weeks.
Right.
Okay, so now I have paperwork, so we want to lock you away forever for no reason. And I even asked this one guy that got out of jail. Don't you think it's strange that half the people I was in jail with, there were people that shot people, there's people that stabbed people, there are people that did this, there's heavy drug dealers, there's guys that have made $1 million with crystal meth, this and that. None of them say you need to get treatment for after you get out, or just Kevin Perlman for some cheese dick misdemeanor that didn't even happen.
Ridiculous.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. It's not
right? It doesn't make any sense. So, and we're going to get to this. It's going to make some sense in about 20 minutes. Okay, so this is just some older documentation from Yuki here from the Warner Center Met Complex. I think we brought this documentation down to the police station and I just had it with me.
Which one is it?
Last I heard, Officer Dinsey was trying to get evidence of him littering so they can book him in. Wait, now it's littering. So when I was 10 years old, did I litter? And so they're following me from place to place. We're watching you, Perlman, which you've seen that video.
Yeah.
Because when I was 10 years old, I left a Coke can on the school bench. And so I'm a litterer, and litterers need to die. Okay.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay, and that's how these things all start. Okay. Kevin, you walked out of your house with a camera. You can't have a camera. You're crazy. And then, now I always have a camera getting proof.
Right.
Of them hunting me.
Understandably. Right.
Because nobody walks up to someone and says, if you have a camera, I'm going to kill you.
Right.
Because if someone walks up to me and says, you have a camera and we're going to get together with worldwide support to kill you for getting into photography, how do I get into photography?
Right.
If someone says, well, Kevin, you committed a lonely crime, so if you ever talk to a girl, you're not allowed to ask women out on dates or go out on dates, and you have to be single all your life because you committed the lonely crime.
That's so fucked up.
So the more women I talk to, the more women are going to hunt me down to have me killed for the lonely crime of asking a girl out. So, okay, so how do I go out and have a quote-unquote normal life like my mommy says if every person I meet, is the well's poisoned, that you're not allowed to meet women?
Right.
Okay, they're catch-22s.
Exactly.
And they're designed to make you look insane and eradicate you.
Yeah.
Because nobody says this shit. Right?
Exactly.
Okay.
No.
So everything is being, it's like I said before, my mom babbling, what came first? We don't know what came first, the chicken or the egg. She came first with her paranoid delusional thoughts.
Yeah.
And she's welcome to her paranoid delusional thoughts, provided they stay within her little world of insanity, and she's not broadcasting out to planetary scale, my son's a violent paranoid schizo and everyone read him in the world.
Right.
And they go, Kevin, why don't you meet women? Oh, gee, I wonder.
Exactly.
Right?
Because
why are you single at 48? Gee, I wonder.
Right.
So you have a problem because you're single and you're a sociopath? No, I have a problem because some sicko's blasting to the world.
Right.
I committed 100,000 crimes and not one exists. Or the crimes are, you tapped your foot by a girl, so we're going to hunt you with worldwide support. And it's your fault because you're annoying.
That
doesn't make any sense.
No, not at all.
Right? They keep, like the internal affairs, they keep curving the argument to things that don't make sense. The argument isn't, did Kevin commit 100,000 crimes of farting, yawning, and burping? How and why is the world being fed this information illegally?
Right.
That's the argument.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, and that's never talked about. It's you're imagining it. You're crazy.
Right.
Okay, so this is the Yuki working with the Metro Warner Center Met. We're going to rid Kevin of the world. Once again, I don't fucking know this person. Every person I've had interactions with for 19 years at the Warner Center Met or my complex has ended in, we're going to hunt you and kill you. For no reason. Example, this week alone, taking walks. I go out of my place, I walk. Now I'm surrounded by the Warner Center Met.
Right.
So I take a walk down the end of the cul-de-sac, I come back. 2 times, good-looking women timed it to come out. One time smoking a cigarette, and I think I joked with her like, you know, they tell me that smoking cigarettes are illegal, and she kind of laughed. And then, and I didn't want to take the time to engage in flirting or anything, because I know the outcome. And the next day, a girl in black and white kind of did the same thing. And after this, groups of pickups which I talk in my camera stating you're now going to see groups of pickups park their cars here in large groups, hinting about picking up on women with their idea of reference schizo tactics. And yet, once again, not only pickups but the other tactics ramp up. Now, their argument is that Kevin's supposedly harassing women.
Ridiculous.
And is lonely and won't leave women alone and this and that. But the reality situation, for 42 years, just like this one, is I simply stepped out of my house and took a walk.
Right.
Whether I talked to this girl, whether I didn't talk to the girl, the same events would occur. The pickups would come out to try to send me guilt schizo messages. Then go, Kevin's crazy and needs to be locked away. And look what he did to all these people. Correct?
Ridiculous. Yeah.
Okay. And then you have the people coming online, like the porn stars pretending they're jealous and this and that, and harassing me and all the weird shit. And this is worldwide, not just porn stars. And then you're looking, going, how's all this information connected, and why are they doing these things?
Right.
Once again, this Yuki person is just another random person I don't know taking turns to have me executed.
Right.
Okay. Showing that she's linked to Dincy, and then we have the Michael Huntley. Multiple statements by Michael Huntley. I went to the therapist and Kevin's crazy and needs to be locked away.
Oh my gosh.
Showing that Michael Huntley, at 29 in my office, telling me that I'm a dead man with the government while walking around singing World of Paranoia. Have a good life now. I've given you enough rope to hang yourself with. The Crocodile Dundee. I tell the world everything. Comments. Changes his story to I'm crazy. I saw a psychiatrist in Kevin's behalf. And he needs to be rid of the world.
Right.
Showing he has something to hide. And then finally Mike's changing his tune here. Kevin's a troll. So which is it? Am I a crazy delusional? Or am I a
troll?
A troll because I tapped my foot by Aubrey Fisher and she has the right to hunt me down with worldwide groups to have me killed.
That's
which actually links into my brother trying to cover up his physical abuse when I was a child. Which I'm not going to say was the worst in the world. But I find out he actually had motive behind it.
Right.
To try to get reactions with the police and government to say I'm a violent paranoid schizo.
Right.
Okay, and I can go into all sorts of stories I don't have time to now. Okay, so now, I don't know, this is just older paperwork, whatever. This was Starbucks paying off John Paul Naranjo, security guard who didn't even work for Starbucks. They just sort of called in people to beat me up from Boyd's and Associated Security. This is his ID badge. Blah, blah. Luckily, it fell on the ground after I stopped him from bashing my skull in. And Prosecutor Crean T. Phillips is really angry that I stopped John Paul Naranjo here from killing me or hospitalizing me with brain concussions with 7 blows to the head. First one starting from behind because I got photos of the defaming Starbucks lies on paper. Okay. So I'm the bad guy because I have proof of their crimes and I don't have a right to defend myself.
Jesus, you were walking away and he was so...
I mean, okay, I did throw some water on him, but that's harmless. You know what I'm saying?
It's water.
I had a guy spit in my face from a cigar shop for standing up to his harassments, and I didn't punch him in the head 7 times, or 1 time.
No.
I just got him on video doing it. But, the point is, everything that's going on, don't you see these psychotic behaviors directed at me?
Yes.
And everything is me just being a really good guy.
Right.
And I'm in the middle of this thing, and I keep going, look, you've been lied to. You're not allowed to tell anyone or we kill you.
Right.
Well, how am I supposed to react? And yet, they had to fabricate the fucking paperwork. Dincy had to fabricate the battery charges when I was fucking battered.
Right. That's such.
And they had to pay off Terrence Scroggins to try to falsify and turn things around on me. So, okay. Okay. Ooh, I think I'm getting closer towards the end of the paperwork. What am I? Okay. Once again, you're going to get your kicks. Pull up the Hemi picture. This is just a quick... Because in the courtroom, they're trying to make me look like a crazy person who never had friends and is a recluse.
Right.
They refused to talk. When she was bringing in circumstantial evidence, Seymour Amster refused to counter-argument who I really am, and I had my own company when this started.
Yeah.
Trying to make me look like a drug dealer and all these things with these people.
Right.
To cover up everything. Okay, so this is my actual blown Hemi that I bought. It started as a 454, and Pineapple Joe did a bait and switch and said I have this blown Hemi out of a front engine dragster. Kellogg crank, Howard's aluminum rods, Aries blower pistons, roller rocker motor. I I think 8 to compression, 871 Hampton supercharger, was going to be detuned for the street, whatever, had a dry sump oil pan that needed to be taken off. Okay, so I do know my car shit. I'm not...
Yeah.
You want to talk about cars and compression ratios and blowers and forged piston versus non-forged pistons, normal camshafts versus roller camshafts, flowing heads, stick shifts versus automatic, shift kits versus normal automatic, whatever. You want to talk about all that shit? Hey, I'm not a fraudster, okay? Right. I can fucking gab and gab and gab for hours about shit that most people have no comprehension about, especially me being around the hot rod era with Los Angeles County Raceway and NHRA, which is now pretty much gone. Mm-hmm. Okay, so when these little race burner people sit there running around, they're fucking 10 years old, when Kevin doesn't know what he's talking about, he's crazy. Right. Yeah, right. Bullshit. You come into my fucking world instead of talking the fucking shadows, and we'll talk about fucking cars, right?
Exactly. You used to build them.
Yeah, I mean, I can recall being nice for Greg Waugh, who did all this shit to me, as we're finding out. Yeah. And I rebuilt his fucking engine for him. I pulled his fucking engine out of his 68 Camaro in my fucking garage and rebuilt the thing from scratch and dropped it fucking in his car for him. Shit, I could have charged him $4,000.
Yeah, you could have.
Okay, I'm a horrible monster and an asshole. You know why I'm a horrible monster and an asshole? Because one part of the chrome had a little piece of dirt on it and it didn't glimmer right. Right. Right? I mean, that's my life. That's the irony of my life, right? Doesn't make any fucking sense. Okay, so because I did all those things for Greg Waugh, I'm too nice and need to be locked in a mental institute. Who fucking knows, right?
It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
No.
Okay, so this is just kind of an overview of my childhood that they're trying to pretend didn't exist. Right. Okay, Kevin's an introvert. He's beating up black women. He's a white supremacist. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, whatever. None of it exists. Okay, so you're going to laugh. Look at the next picture. Okay, so this is out of my yearbook. I was looking through.
Is this you?
Yeah, I was laughing my ass off. Okay, so did I show... Yeah, I showed the Hemi, whatever. So... The car, I was going to detune it and put it in a Barracuda, 1970 Barracuda, which we saw kind of follow me at the courthouse.
Right. I remember that.
And we saw multiple classics with strangers working on me.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is just, don't laugh, this is 1988 or something. And I was a string bean. This is me and the wrestling team.
Are you in this one?
Yeah. There.
That's awesome.
Right? And I was laughing because I didn't even really realize I was in the yearbook. I was looking this week like, that's me, what the fuck?
That's awesome.
Okay. And then the next page is even funnier. I started off in 9th grade wrestling at 98 pounds.
Really?
And then by 11th grade I worked out, so I got huge. Not huge, but huge.
Yeah.
And then they made me team captain, but I sucked. So within after the first match, they replaced me with a guy. I think his name was everyone called him T-Bone. I can't remember his name. So whatever, my string bean.
In the middle, yeah?
Yeah, in the middle. Come on. It looks like me, right?
How old are you? 16, 17?
Yeah, 16 to 18.
That's awesome. I didn't know you wrestled.
Yeah, I wrestled. My brother was a nerd, and I was the jockish car builder.
That's awesome.
And then we had kind of not a full role reversal, but I got into computer graphics.
Right.
Now, my brother was never into graphics. He was into bulletin board service and nerdy things. He set it up so people could call in to what he called the Warriors Castle BBS and things like that. Okay, so I was more artsy, computery.
Yeah.
That's why I joke around. I'm a nerdist and this and that.
A nerdist? Oh,
yeah, half artist, half nerd.
That's great.
Because when I went to college, I took computer science with a split major of BFA, Bachelor of Fine Arts, to get into 3D animation and visual effects. So back then, the 3D animation was a lot more technical. So I joke around. There's just jokes.
I love that.
They're harmless jokes. Why people follow me, and then I made a joke I'm like a hybrid, so people follow me around in hybrids all day and trying to provoke me in anger because I make that joke. Well, who fucking cares?
Exactly.
Okay, it doesn't make sense.
Joke. Exactly.
Yeah, and the things I quote lines from Heartbreak Ridge, that's the mother of all fuck-ups, or what was the other ones?
So you can't have a sense of humor?
Clusterfuck. I'm not allowed to have a sense of humor, and they'll say, oh, well, that's a movie theft. You stole the line from the movie, so you're a thief.
Well, then half of the world is
correct, or more than half.
Yeah, exactly.
90%, right? They're all thieves too. Okay, so anyways, this is... You get the point. I'm not who they say I am to the world.
No.
Okay, now finally, I'm not trying to brag because I didn't really know Erica Peacock that well. And there is a whole subset of things that were done with the TV show Studs in the 90s. Sort of, I think, directed at me. And Brian Longabotham was trying to make it look like I was trying to copy her by asking me if I wanted to be on the show Studs, showing these linked events. I don't want to go into all that sidetrack, but this is on high school Tracy Peacock, cheerleader. I'm not bragging here, but cheerleader Tracy Peacock. In the comments, well, you know, they signed the back of the yearbook, whatever. And I'm just trying to show that I wasn't this.
And vodka burger, Trans Am and vodka burgers.
Kevin, I've really enjoyed getting to know you over the years. I will never forget your parties, especially New Year's Eve, and your Trans Am and vodka burgers. Oh, and how could I forget your beard? Good luck, keep in touch, blah, blah, blah.
Kit means keep in touch, I was wondering.
Yeah, Kit, keep in touch.
I've
It doesn't
never
mean
heard
Kit
that.
from Knight Rider. It means...
No, keep in touch, I was wondering what it stood for.
Kit. You've never seen Kit?
Mm-mm.
Jeez, I don't know.
I know,
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, I had a Fu Manchu for like a month or something.
That's
so.
awesome.
Okay, so anyways, okay, so no, the point is I wasn't this like Waldo in the, you know, the music video Hot for Teacher Waldo? Or,
Yeah. No. No.
I brought my pencil. Okay, that wasn't me, okay?
No,
That's,
not at all.
we got to put things into reality and perspective when the judicial system's trying to drag my name through the mud.
Right. About who
This
you
guy's
are.
this crazy, out-of-control monster who's a white supremacist and killing black people in high school, and he chopped the black girl's head off when he was 8 at some of these guys' day camp. None of it fucking exists.
No.
The only thing that happens is I kissed a black girl and someone wants me dead for it, with worldwide support.
Right, which is absurd.
At 8 years old. And then people try to play this game. Oh, you kissed an 8-year-old? No.
When I was 8 years old.
I was 8 years old and she was 8 years old. And they play these little twists on words
Right,
to
just-
angularly make me look like a bad person. Okay. Now we're getting to fucking something really important. This is beyond any level important.
Okay.
Instantly I get out of jail. They're defaming my name, correct? They're dragging my name through the mud. I get out of jail. I just found this. I didn't show you this yet, I don't think. Gen2020.com, Jennifer Pilchick Perlman, my sister-in-law,
Really?
is running for United States Congress in Florida.
Shut up. Oh,
Okay.
This is her? This is your...
Someone needs to fucking explain this one to me. Okay, now we got the bipolar house mother telling her son Reese to whistle at me to try to make it look like I beat up kids when Reese was like 8 years old or younger.
Gee.
We have all the linked events with my brother and Jen Pilchick, not Jen Hess, not Jen Yang. Gee, my brother's been
So
around a lot of
many
Jens,
Jens.
and a lot of Jens have been sent after me to have me fucking killed. That's interesting.
That's
Okay.
insane.
Jen Pilchick here. Now remember, the court reporter, her father, Jay Pilchick, is the court reporter in Florida.
Oh,
And we have Debbie Woolman, court reporter, purchasing the property in
Right.
Van Nuys Courthouse Room 101. Never lived in it. Most likely has audio surveillance in it that I can't prove, but I pissed them off
Right.
by putting an MP3 player on like 0.1 decibel. You couldn't even hear it.
Mhm.
But if there's audio surveillance,
It'll screw
it's
it up?
going
Oh,
crazy.
that's awesome.
And people were running around saying I'm blasting music when I'm not.
Oh my god.
Do you see the...
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
So, gee, I mean, let's have some common sense here.
Right.
You don't think these are connected?
Exactly. Nobody else can hear that quote unquote music, but it's them. because
And,
you're
but
blasting
more
that
importantly,
thing.
Jay Pilchick,
Yeah, all connected.
who's a court reporter, to Van Nuys Courthouse, to police officers paid off to exterminate me.
It's
You can't connect that?
crazy.
Richard Barnwell couldn't connect it. He started yelling at me about my plate and I'm a dead man and blah, 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 and this and that, because saying, Kevin, you need to provide proof that Debbie Woolman lives adjoining your wall. I did. I sent you the fucking screenshot of the address and her name on it and her on the dockets.
Right.
No, you need to provide me with proof.
Well, of what?
Same thing like internal affairs here. I provided you the fucking proof.
What more
Over
do
and
they
fucking
want?
over. And I walk into Van Nuys or LAPD with video footage of me being attacked. That's not proof.
Exactly.
The hundreds of thousands of pieces of paperwork I have
How much more?
and
do they
25
want?
terabytes of video, how much more proof do you need?
Exactly. Nothing.
Correct.
It's ridiculous.
It doesn't matter. I could show LAPD or anyone a video of some guy walking up with a machete, chopping off my arms and legs, and the police would say it didn't happen.
Right. Or it's your fault.
And I have no proof.
Right.
On video. Or it's my fault because I yawned in public.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So, and you witnessed that. in Van Nuys police station. You
Yes,
witnessed
I did.
his comments. He kept hinting that I pissed someone off.
Yeah, he did. He kept saying like, well, yeah, like.
So
not
if
verbatim
someone
what
doesn't
to
like
do.
you and they get pissed off, they're allowed to kill you?
No.
You're just not allowed to piss people off?
Right.
How do
right.
you walk through life not pissing someone off?
You don't.
Correct.
You
Everyone's mad about something.
Exactly.
People are mad because they don't like
love
this
that
shirt.
shirt.
They don't like this shirt because Coffee Bean is irate about the shirt. You know why? I'm a fucking loon. I need to be locked up. With, obviously, me on with a tinfoil hat. Do you know why Coffee Bean's pissed off about this shirt?
Coffee
Come on,
bean?
you gotta figure this one out. I mean, a lot of people are, but Coffee Bean is even more pissed off. Do you know why?
Why?
Because it discredits their bullshit lies that I'm crazy and suffer from mental illness.
Oh.
If I was crazy, I wouldn't know and I wouldn't be making these shirts.
Exactly.
Okay?
Touche.
Just like them saying I masturbate in the bathroom and me making a joke shirt saying we was
ridiculous.
joking about Coffee Bean having spy cameras in the bathroom because nobody walks up to people saying, I know you masturbate in the bathroom.
No. And how would you know that in the first place?
Exactly,
Gross.
unless they have spy cameras in the bathroom.
Exactly.
And what if I did needed to go fucking wank in the bathroom even though I didn't?
Right. Then it's nobody.
It's so harmless anyways.
Right.
So what that says is we're following around trying to get shit to use against you, correct?
Right. Exactly.
Okay, that has always been the case since 5 years old. Lorena Escobar's comments, it's what you're doing in the privacy of your own home. So is Lorena Escobar,
What does that mean?
she's accusing me of like building bombs and things like that. Who knows?
Right.
Okay, she's a piece of shit. She's paid off to have me killed at 16
Right.
by my father. Okay, no one runs around violating people's privacy going, I know you're doing something illegal in your house, and then
No.
hunting them down to have them killed saying you know what you did.
No. That's-
Okay?
No, that doesn't happen.
Okay, then we have we want search warrants and we want this. Seymour Amster trying to get information from you that I'm doing something illegal.
Right. Which was like
The whole
stupid
gun
thing.
things, the knives things, it just goes from thing to thing
Right. Ridiculous.
on an hourly changing basis. The point is that some piece of shit following around going, I know you're up to something in your own home, and I'm going to rid you of the world, and you're a criminal. Well, that's what we call obsession. Hate,
Yeah.
rage, obsession, stalking.
And how? Yeah, they shouldn't know anything.
But
about
she's okay
anything.
because she's allowed to say it, and I'm not allowed to have a counter argument. Remember, you're
It's
not allowed to
bullshit.
defend yourself.
Right.
So Lorena Escobar is allowed to be paid off to say, I think Kevin has dead bodies in his house, and hunt Kevin down and kill him, based on zero fact evidence proofs or
right.
anything.
There's no evidence of anything like that.
And then trying to paying off people like Rody Morales to try to get trash bags full of marijuana in my house at 29.
Right.
And those cover up, and it just goes from thing to thing. It's just insane. Okay, so back to the point. Jen Pilchick, 2020 Congress. Wait, didn't I get out January 11th?
Mm-hmm.
I get out January 11th of jail.
When,
They got their conviction. They got their sentence. They got on paper. Most importantly, like I told you, they got on paper that Kevin
right.
is crazy and suffers mental illness and needs treatment. And we just stated that all the people actually committed real crimes.
Right.
They're not being labeled as mentally ill.
And like you said in the beginning, like having mental illness is not a crime in the first place.
Correct. So what's going on? Isn't that
It's insane.
a sane, rational person is going to ask, what the fuck's going on here, right?
Yeah.
Something stinks. Ron Perlman, the armpits stink here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And especially paying off Shanna Bryan-Seva, the Russian girl, to stalk me with so many other people, like Val Morozov, another Russian. Okay, so...
She's a lawyer.
Yeah, she's a lawyer, and ironically, when she did law before, she worked for like an HOA type of, we fight against corrupt
Really?
HOAs. Wait a minute, isn't all this shit coming also from my HOA?
Yeah.
And Terrence Scroggins was on my HOA board at the time?
That's crazy.
Okay, so now we have another connected link.
Jeez.
Now, she retired pretty much. Now, I don't hang out with them. I know jack shit about them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to know anything about them. They're psychotic murderers. And my brother is on his agenda since I was 5 to lock me in a mental institution out of hate, rage, and jealousy.
Right.
And he's desperately trying to cover up his past because he wants to look like a good urologist, like a non-psychotic murderer type of person.
Right.
And so when my brother goes off with his friends doing all this road rage shit, that's why he's telling the world it was Kevin.
Right.
Because he wants a life for himself, but he fucked up in the past.
So he has to
And
put
he
it on
realized at one point I might be out dating a girl, and she says, well, Kevin, what was your childhood like?
you. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know, there was some
Jesus.
crazy shit happening around me. Well, Kevin can't talk, because I gotta look like a
Oh,
good urologist, and I'm gonna follow him around, spying on him, and make sure that he never talks.
That's so fucked up.
Right?
Beyond fucked up.
Okay, so you understand that my brother has insane amounts of motive.
Yeah.
To silence me. And I never would have thought about this shit if he wasn't pinning it all on me.
Right.
Okay.
You guys both could have had good lives if
he wasn't doing what he was doing.
Yes.
Correct. Not me. Him.
Exactly.
He and his friends. Putting Ike swerve and hit people at random on his license plates and doing all this weird, crazy shit on the roads. And then sending Mike Huntley after me at 14 to have me killed. Okay.
So funny.
None of this would be happening if he would just fucking live his own life. Without his hate, rage, and obsession.
Exactly.
Okay, it's not my fault if I turn 29, Mike Huntley's like, you're a fucking dead man because you're figuring out what we're doing in your life.
Right.
It's not my fucking fault.
No, you didn't ask for it.
Okay, with a father, you're not allowed to defend yourself because I hate your fucking guts. Okay?
No.
Jason's the good, evil murderer child, and I'm the bad,
kind,
caring person. Okay, so, right?
It's insane.
Okay. So you can see that all these events are connected. Now, without going too deep, you can see the motive or relationship between Jen Pilchick saying, Kevin's talking. Mm-hmm. So what are we going to do about it, right? Because I want to protect my man. I want my man to make money. I want my man to support my kid. By the way, she after she had her first kid, she retired and she was like, I think like a 10-year stay-home bipolar mom who
she was
drives everyone crazy. I don't even know how she's in politics.
I don't know either.
I know she went to college. She's a lawyer. She does a lot of rallying, political shit. She's completely outspoken, but I think fairly radical liberal. Mm-hmm. And I think I was told by my mother recently she did some like law documents for some of the political.
Okay.
What's the socialist Bernie Madoff or I don't know. Not
Sanders?
Bernie Sanders. Sorry, same thing. No. Sanders, so she, I think, has probably socialistic, we own you type of mentality.
Probably.
I can't tell you, I haven't talked to them in years, but what I can tell you is that what you're about to see next here.
Did you
Did
you read this?
No, probably not.
On the bottom, she said that she works with the probation station to help people on probation as they transition out of the system, and that's just...
Yeah, I think somewhere she mentioned that she works with some criminal defense lawyers, things as well. And don't you see now a connection between the criminal defense lawyers refusing to help me? Yeah. Okay. Now this isn't a one-person thing. It also goes through Michael Bialis, lawyer Michael Bialis sent after me with Victoria Walker. But they're all connected behind the scenes.
Right.
Okay.
So you have two nephews then?
Yeah, Reese and I'm now thinking that my brother probably named Reese to try to send me schizo messages from the movie Terminator. It's a long story, and I might be far off on that theory here, but I wouldn't put it past him by the types of schizo, the depths, the lengths that they're taking this turn Kevin in to make Kevin look like a violent paranoid schizo. I wouldn't put it past the fact that he named his kid that to try to get at me or something like that. Right. Okay? I'm not saying he did. I'm saying I wouldn't. In my mind, there's a possibility because the endless things I've seen from his sick, demented personality and behaviors with everyone helping him is unfucking heard of. It's unprecedented. Exactly. Okay, so what is he? It comes down to what is he capable of? Okay, so let's get to a 2017, I think, horror blog post of Jennifer Pilchick Perlman right before the arrests. I haven't really spent the time to look at the dates and things. Can you see the date?
June 14th, 2017.
Okay, so right around, I don't remember exactly when the arrests were, but obviously this is all connected, correct? I mean, do you have any doubt that these things are random events? They're connected, correct?
Right, yeah.
Okay, so. And do you think that Jen Pilchick, like Mike Huntley, thinks I'm a crazy man that needs to be locked away, or do you think that she might have something to hide here?
Oh, clearly, she's hiding something.
Okay, now let's read Jen Pilchick's post to someone in the world about Kevin Burlman. Kevin is my brother-in-law. Yes, he's mentally ill. How the fuck is she a psychiatrist?
Right. No.
Does she have the credentials like Mike Huntley for mental illness labels?
Right.
Okay, so now you already know, just by the first half of the sentence, that they're throwing labels on me to justify their behaviors.
Yeah, exactly. That's the first statement.
Okay? And we've had this discussion before. Well, what is mental illness? Because I can say, that person over there eats steak twice a month, and I feel that they suffer from mental illness.
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
I feel that person over there eats steak twice a month, so I feel that that's mental illness.
No, that's bullshit.
Right?
Just like
or that guy... I'm just trying to think of situations here. That guy...
opens his bag upside down, so he must...
Sure, yeah, he must suffer from mental illness.
Maybe you just like... I mean, who...
Right, I mean, first of all, we could analyze this for the next 100 years. Not only do all sorts of people, every person has all sorts of patterns or intricacies.
Everybody has something going on. It's just a thing.
They're not mental illnesses.
Right.
Or technically, you could label everything a mental illness.
Right.
So my point is that people aren't generally crazy hunters or mental illness hunters. That's the point I'm getting. See that guy, he's crazy, kill him. See that guy, they're mentally ill, kill him. See that guy, this guy needs to lock away, he's crazy. That guy's crazy. I've never heard of anything like that.
Right.
Until I noticed what was being done to my life.
Yeah, right.
I've never. But Dr. Ronald Barry Perlman says, Kevin, you think differently and you see different things differently in the world. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Whatever.
Right.
I mean, if that isn't a manipulating, murderer statement, I don't know what is. The point is that disinformation, brainwashing statement. I have never on the news or anywhere seen crazy hunters or mental illness hunters.
No.
Okay.
That would be illegal.
Correct. Highly illegal.
Very much.
On the same thing as Jew killers or people that hate black people or slave owners or whatever.
All illegal.
They're all bigoted, racist behaviors.
Yeah.
Okay, so these mental illness hunters, I'm going to call them.
Yeah.
Jen Pilchick says, I suffer from mental illness because I have an opinion about the things being done to me that she doesn't believe.
Right. Is that what this is? Up here, above what she said?
What?
Like, why
Read
doesn't
it.
anybody know who Kevin Perlman is? And then that, is it like, I don't know what came before her statement.
Where does it say that?
Very top. And
the header.
Yeah.
Look, I can walk out to your parking lot.
Right.
I'll have a guy walk up and say something like, you better not talk or I'll kill you.
Right.
And then he'll say, I don't know who you are.
Right.
Okay.
Which makes
So,
no sense.
and this type of thing happens from person to person to me worldwide, and shitloads of it is on video.
Mm-hmm.
So what's to say that this person writing this topic isn't just making up a lie trying to make me look crazy?
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
That's like, fuck, this is...
Okay. Now, instantly the return response is the delusion of grandeur.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin thinks he's something special, and Kevin thinks he's the king of Lionville. I don't fucking know.
Right. And
They're just pulling shit out their ass.
Exactly.
Okay, the point is, and this is coming from a lawyer who's supposed to know about things like hearsay.
Right.
Well, she's the biggest supporter of hearsay.
Right.
She's a corrupt piece of shit.
And that's what you wrote, yeah. Kevin is my brother-in-law. Yes, he's mentally ill. He has written off our entire family thinking we're all out to get him. My husband hasn't spoken to his brother in 7 years, and my mother-in-law, she spelled that wrong, does the best she can to prevent him from being homeless. We're aware of his antics and that he must be deemed, quote-unquote, the crazy guy in Woodland Hills.
Okay. Must be. That is the most important sentence. I highlighted in red here.
Right. What is...
I want you to take the time here and not fly past this. I want to break apart this entire paragraph.
Yeah.
Now, first I'm going to state my response here to whoever she's talking about is Jennifer Pilchick is completely full of shit. She's protecting Jason Perlman because he went after Gregoire with a crowbar and I stopped him and blah, 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 or whatever.
Right.
Okay, but I'm crazy. Okay, first I'm crazy. Was Jen Pilchick around my life when I was 16?
No.
Okay, so how can she have the audacity to tell me that I'm lying about the incident with Jason Perlman and Gregoire? Now we have Gregoire's recordings showing that it happened. Gregoire states on the phone, Greg, remember when we were 16 and Jason went off? Yeah, but I don't want to talk about that. Confessing it did happen.
Exactly.
But Jen Pilchick states in a situation she was never at with her hearsay that I'm crazy and it never happened indirectly.
See, it's so fucked up.
indirectly showing she's a liar.
Yes.
Correct? Showing she is lying in this paragraph. I have proof.
Exactly.
I have fact. I have proof. I have recordings. I have Greg Watt's statements.
Right.
It did happen. I have fact. I have proof. I have textual statements saying, Jen Pilchick saying, in a situation she was never at, just like my mother does over and over, that it didn't happen and she wasn't there.
Right.
She didn't even exist. He didn't even meet her until he was, who knows, 22 in college or something. I don't fucking know.
Right.
And there's all sorts of angles she was working on me after she graduated Boulder, Colorado, trying to make it look like I was copying her in the house she lived in, all sorts of weird shit like this, too, showing she has motive to try to make me look crazy.
Right.
Okay?
Right. No.
And I can rattle off all sorts of shit.
So, and the way she said this, too.
Like, so, like, I know for fact.
Right. And it's like, and he must be deemed. Is she
Okay,
saying,
that-
like, he needs to be deemed the crazy guy, or is she saying that the community has
No, she
deemed you
is
that?
saying that they need to destroy my name.
Right.
And deem. Okay, that
That's so
sentence.
fucked up.
Look at the sentence. You can't, there is no gray in the sentence.
We are aware of his antics. and
Brittany,
that he
you're
must
crazy and you
deemed-
need to be killed. Brittany, you're crazy, you need to be locked in a cage. Brittany, you're this, you're not.
Yeah, the way
I
she's-
need to be deemed
Crazy guy.
crazy. Well, how do you deem someone crazy? You got to get it on paper, right?
Yes.
So wouldn't paying off people in the judicial system through your court reporter father, like Sean Dinsey, who fabricates police reports, no lawyer, no criminal defense lawyer will help you, forcing you to take the stand or trying to trick you into take the stand while you're being tortured to death, not thinking straight, or he's doing trick questions, saying this is what I'm going to ask you on the stand,
And
and
then-
then lies to you and gets you up on the stand and fucks you over. Okay?
So fucked up.
Okay, think about it.
And-
Nothing's connected here. This is just random events. You'd have to be you have to be a crazy loon to say that nothing's connected here.
Yeah, you'd have to be blind.
Okay.
Like, it must be deemed. Like, and
Kevin
there's nothing we can
Perlman
legally
must
do.
be deemed. Now, yeah. Okay, now we want to talk about her statement about legality. Legal.
Right.
Why is she talking about legality? What's her statement? Can you see what the statement here is?
Unfortunately, there's nothing his family can do legally. Are you
If
asking about
you
the
say
underlying-
something negative about me, I'm going to lock you away. That's the statement. That's the not direct statement, the reading between the lines here.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing that they can do.
Kevin
legally.
says Jason did this, and Kevin says that Mike Huntley was sent after him, and this and that. Kevin suffers from mental illness, and we need to lock him away and put on paper that he's crazy.
Right. That's
Well-
like exactly. Sorry, I just don't know why I just want to make sure it's
Okay.
not my kids. Okay. No. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so it's all black and white.
Yeah.
There's no disputing any of this. It's proof. It's on paper. It's defamation.
Exactly.
It's libel. It's slander. There's confessions of crimes.
Yeah.
There's confessions of crimes right here. We're going to deem Kevin crazy. This is a criminal act. We're going to deem Kevin crazy.
Yeah.
And they executed it and they followed it through. They paid off LAPD. They paid off Dinsey, who's being sued, doing it to other people as well because they found the guy that
Right.
is a Nazi to pay off. And the motive's there. Kevin knows something that we don't want him talking. The entire crime is in this fucking statement right here.
So insane.
Okay, now, what did I write? Proof of motive. Why not just leave the crazy guy alone? Hey, I'm
Yeah.
crazy. I have a different opinion. I think that Jason's a horrible monster.
Right.
Why am I not allowed to have this opinion?
Exactly. You are.
Correct.
So.
So now we're taking away freedom of speech and thought and opinion. You're not allowed to say I don't like this guy or we kill you.
Right.
You're not allowed to say this guy who I tried to walk away from is actively hunting me or we kill you.
Right.
You're not allowed to go to a therapist. How many death threats? I got Jason Schwett's death threats here. I got death threats at Starbucks down there that I better not talk or tell you.
It's bullshit.
Okay.
You can't do anything, basically.
Correct. So I'm committing a crime by defending myself verbally, saying these people won't fucking leave me alone.
Right.
And I'm not allowed to have a thought in my head that's negative about Jason, or he's going to kill me with his wife,
That's like.
or lock me in a mental institution.
Right.
Okay. So don't you see a problem with?
Yes.
Isn't that like Adolf Hitler? You don't read books, you don't think for yourself, you do what I tell you. I'm a
Or
good
I
guy.
kill
If you
you.
say I'm a bad guy, I kill you.
Yeah.
Okay, there you fucking go.
Exactly.
Now this person is running for and not letting me walk away. That's important. He's on the West Coast, Florida.
Yeah.
They're still hunting me with these random people. Okay. Must be deemed showing motive and agenda to eradicate my existence.
Right. It's so
I'm not going after him. Am I paying off people to follow around saying, you don't talk or I kill you, and falsely arrest you, and do? I'm just stating, this guy won't fucking leave me alone.
Exactly.
I keep getting death threats. He keeps pinning all his shit on me. His wife's going, I'm mentally ill, so I need to die. Okay, well, what if I am mentally ill? Why do I need to die or be locked away?
You don't.
Can I have my crazy beliefs?
Yes.
Can I believe that Xenu the alien exists?
Yes.
And not be hunted and locked in cages?
Yes.
I mean, I've seen people down in LA walk up to my car going in some kind of fucking alien language going, well, they're not going after him.
I know. No, you're absolutely right. And that... And that's the case with somebody who could maybe use some help, okay? And they're not going after them.
Yeah.
So it's like...
But I have something to say to defend myself against my brother's anger and rage, who's clearly snapped when he was bit by Oppo.
Right.
And the irony is that he actually had a really good life and I always had a shitty life, and he's still jealous of me. That's how sick he is.
Yeah.
Okay? And the point is, what she's saying is, legally, she doesn't like the people that speak against her and have opposing arguments.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. She's running for Congress.
That's scary.
Well, when you run for a political position, you have all sorts of people say, I don't like this person, and I found out this, and I found out that.
That's a good point.
And is she going to go after each person that says I don't like her and try to deem them as crazy and lock them in cages?
That's a good question.
Correct?
Right.
Okay?
Exactly.
So... obviously, she's not, but my life is in danger from her. The cops aren't going to do anything. I can't tell you why. She's not in Congress yet. This is the most important fact. What does Congress and Senate do?
Congress what now?
Do you know what Congress and Senate does?
In Senate? What's that?
Senate.
Oh, Senate.
Like a senator,
like
Senate?
They make the laws and
Yeah, they pass bills, make laws.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. I just put pieces together.
Correct.
Holy shit.
Miss, it's not legal to eradicate someone who has something negative to say about me or my husband. States the legality that we need to deem Kevin as crazy, and we can't do anything about
oh my God.
Kevin talking about the things we did to his life.
Holy shit.
Well, I'm actively hunted by a worldwide fucking campaign because of what they're doing. So I have no choice because they won't leave me alone.
Wow.
Because like I said, how many people on video just driving here from Woodland Hills do I have to try to torture and kill me with mental illness tactics and verbal harassments and this and that? Over 500 just coming here. Jeez. But I'm not allowed to say, look what's being done to me. I just need to quietly die and accept my death.
No.
Or I need to be deemed, quote unquote, deemed crazy, and laws need to be passed to lock me in cages or mental institutions.
See, that's
because
terrible.
My brother's doing all this shit out of his hate and rage for me starting at 5 years old.
Right.
And my father's actually telling him to do it. That's the scariest part.
It's
okay, think about that.
beyond.
Think about that. Think of the ramifications here. Remember, my entire argument is about the ramifications and how high this goes up to the top of the chain, and I've been to the White House of the United States of America with policeabuse.com watching White House security trying to silence me and intimidate me. Right. For being a tourist and doing nothing crazy.
For doing nothing.
Walking with the other tourists.
Right. It's bullshit.
Okay. So why do I need to be deemed crazy and locked away?
You don't.
Okay. But why does she say I need to be deemed crazy and locked away?
Because legally, as it is right now, they can't do that because you're not fucking crazy.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying why.
Does she want that to happen?
Correct.
So, yeah, so you can't say anything and expect because then it puts her in a bad light and her husband, who is a psychotic. The truth comes out.
Because she has something to hide.
Oh, yeah.
He has something to hide. Look,
they don't want
the bottom fucking line is Jason can sit there with his friends and babble Kevin's crazy all he wants. Oh, I never did all this road rage shit. It was Kevin. He's crazy.
And you're like, no.
And this never would have come out if he wasn't pinning it on me in the first place.
Right. That's a good
Kevin,
point.
he can sit with his friends
Yeah.
and go, Kevin's crazy, don't listen to what he says. But the minute, that's freedom of speech.
Yeah.
The minute I don't like what Kevin said, I'm going to deem him crazy and lock him in jail and mental institutions and rid him of the world. And I'm going to go as far as getting into Congress of the United States to pass laws, to fucking pass little cryptic hidden laws with loopholes to rid Kevin of the world. Says everything anyone needs to know, because her only focus should be strengthening and bettering a nation, not turning it into a mob state where we can hunt down and kill anyone we don't like or has something negative about us.
Right.
And if they find out we're hunting him to have him killed or locked away in the first place, then we're going to amp up our power to rid him of the world.
That's horrible. Yeah.
Okay, so they have something to hide. I mean, there is no dispute.
No, they definitely
There's
are
no
hiding
dispute.
things.
If we walked into fucking LAPD with this right now,
they'd
they lie and say we can't, or there's nothing here.
There's nothing there. Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, right.
And so you know that these events are paid off and connected to Jay Pilchik, court reporter Jay Pilchik with Debbie Woolman in Van Nuys Courthouse, going from West Coast to East Coast to West Coast. You know that Dinsy's contacted and paid off and connected to the political people Jen Pilchik is working with to exterminate me. And you know that the entire reasoning Jen Pilchik is doing this is because of the information in my head before I even knew what I knew. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And you know that Jason Perlman sent Mike Huntley after me starting at 14, who wanted me to come back from University of Colorado early to start a company with him because he realized that there was too much information in my head that could come out.
Right.
And at the end of those 6 years at Golden State or at Signet E-Services, Mike Huntley went from who he was pretending to be to you're a fucking dead man linked to my brother, originally my brother's friend.
Right.
Okay, now we have all sorts of events in Colorado. Jason Baum sent after me, originally my brother's friend. Mike Wexler sent after me, originally my brother's friend. All the people told to come after me on IRC all across the world, internet-related chat.
Right.
All these things going on are cover-ups. As a matter of fact, Jason Perlman wanted me to see the internet in 1994 really bad to work with the government to build these kill tools around me because he realized that there was information in my brain about his childhood fuck-ups.
Mm-hmm. Jesus.
Okay, so I think... Oh, we have one more topic and then we can freeform it, but how much time do you have?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Are you sure we don't have more? This is a very important topic.
I know.
See if you can extend that for this last topic. I'm looking for a sheet of paper here. Here it is.
The one with the... Yeah, that one. I have it right here.
Okay. So I'm just waiting for you to... This is important.
Okay. I'll just wait for her response. Okay.
Okay, so I believe the last video we did was this event where we went down to Van Nuys Courthouse. Mm-hmm. As we left, and you were being a little shy about it, I don't know why. As we left, okay, first we pointed out the groups of civics surrounding where I walk out of my house.
Oh, yeah.
And that's, am I imagining the 4 or 5 gray civics with about 7 other different color civics?
No, there's a ton of civics.
Okay, so you see in this tiny little area, these groups 3 together, 2 together on the other side.
Yeah.
Do you feel that that's possible statistically, or it looks manipulated?
I think it's very unusual, definitely.
Okay, and being that I have 19 years, or let's say 5 years, of daily video of different car patterns like this, especially by my gate, and you driving around with me with the cars and 2s backwards and all that, it cannot be coincidence.
Right.
They're angry, it's directed at me.
Right.
To make me look like I have deemed mental illness. And that when we drove by the Asian guy, who is now on video putting dog shit on my car.
Oh my god.
Which you saw the photos.
Yeah. That you saw him on video?
I have him on video.
Jesus. What an asshole.
Okay. And I don't know if you watched the video I sent you on the text where he's pointing his car lights at me. You know, it'll take too long to watch.
In text?
I texted the video a couple weeks ago of. It's about a 5-day video showing the civics parking in pairs, different ones changing and moving all around my gate, and the progression, and then him trying to intimidate me, pointing his car lights at me, which Korean T. Phillips would say, see, he's pissing people off in the community.
Yeah, but who
well, I mean, this guy
that?
is working on me with mass groups of people taking turns in anger and rage to have me fucking executed.
Right, you're just...
And I'm not allowed to say anything. I just sit there and take it until you're dead.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so I stand up for myself verbally.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go through this really quick. Okay, let's talk about the Asian from the civic group. So there's a group. There's at least 7 civics that work on me all day and night. This has been going on now for 6 months, probably longer. They don't just do it in front of my gate. They also do it on the other side, in threes together and this and that.
I remember seeing that.
They also, obviously, with all the other video, they do the groups of pickup trucks, the groups of Audis, the groups of Jeeps, and the one corner on Owensmouth and Burbank. For months, they had something like 8 to 10 black Cherokees and Rangers all together, and then they dispersed. Okay, so it goes from
the Chargers,
the active people coming out of their garages, knowing when I walk to my car, watching me on IP camera with the security companies, told to stalk and hunt me. Okay, so everything, all the above, the sum of everything. Okay, so, but let's stick to the civics, because if we talk about everything, it'll just go crazy.
Yeah.
So we have groups of gray civics all together, 3 all parts. 1 here, 1 behind him, 3 gray civics, maybe 2 more on the other side, maybe a white and a black one pull up. Yesterday there was a red one with a gray one. So when I walk out to my car, the idea of reference, try to turn Kevin into a schizo, tactics are happening, and then we need to deem Kevin as crazy, and it all links back to childhood and why are you trying to make me look crazy? What is it you have to hide?
Exactly.
And they're actually following through with trying to pass laws to lock me in mental institutions.
That's so...
And nobody will fucking help me. Okay? And I'm not trying to be mean to you, but even though we talk about it, no one's actually doing anything to stop it. Okay? It's the entire planet, over 4 to 7 billion people actively hunting me. I'm not trying to guilt you or anything.
No.
Okay. Okay, so as we leave to go to the police station, he's videoing Brittany with the camera in his anger and rage.
The guy standing outside the car?
The Asian guy.
Yeah, okay.
He's videoing you. Remember that? We're leaving.
Yeah,
I go, look. It's on the last video. It's online now. He's pointing his cell phone at you, videoing in anger. Kevin doesn't talk.
Right.
He's exerting anger towards you.
Yeah.
Why is he mad at you? I can tell you why. Do you understand why he's mad at you?
Yeah. Because
say it for the people.
I'm like with you, obviously telling the truth.
So you're a witness, correct?
Yeah.
And there are some sickos that blow away witnesses and kill them.
Oh yeah.
Because they want to get away with the crime. Exactly. Just like Jen Pilchick and Jason Perlman are trying to deem me as crazy to get away with this crime spree. Of trying to make it look like I conformed to media as a kid and showing me 100,000 horror movies and going, Kevin's crazy and he conforms to media and needs to die.
Right.
Okay, all these things. So he's mad at the witness and he's exerting this, I'm going to call it a death stare because that's what my mother says that I have when I smile at a girl and think she's cute, or starting with Christy Reynolds, or being too shy to talk to Christy Reynolds, so it's a death stare. If you're shy, you're a murderer. Okay. That's the black and white thinking in my family. Yeah. And yet they're their own worst enemies and they're the psychotic murderers.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
So he's actually exerting anger towards Brittany because they want to keep me isolated. We're going down to the police station. He probably already knows it because they have so much NSA level information on me from person to person.
Right.
Okay. Then he's on video harassing me and trying to point his headlights at me and provoke me.
Okay.
This is after the mass 6 months of groupings of civics following me from place to place, or maybe 2 backwards on the left side of the underground garage, and some of them getting out and whistling at me and things like that. Okay, so we're talking literally hundreds of thousands of events just with the civics alone.
Right. Yes.
And then it's Kevin's crazy and he's annoying me and he's okay.
By breathing.
Now, what happened this last couple weeks is I parked my car on the street, my Eclipse, Now I have a new signage on the car.
Do you?
It's more specific. It's less... Instead of Kevin Perlman Target, it's actually a picture of me in jail clothing on a Target and bullets around.
Really?
And then on it states, hunted on IRC and women sent after me and this and that. So it's all specific now. They can't play their bullshit. Oh, it's some vague Kevin wants to become famous.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now they're really mad about that. So I parked my car on the street, and for a day and a half to 2 days, my car alarm keeps going off every, probably 15 to 20 times.
Jesus.
Okay.
So somebody's clearly...
Someone keeps setting the alarm off.
Yeah.
Now, I keep coming out. What the fuck's going on? Now, I have all these videos. I come out, my alarm goes off. There's a second black Eclipse, almost older version, copycat of mine next to my car. I come out again. There's an Audi, gray Audi with the engine running behind my car, nobody in it.
Oh my god.
And at one point I go, is my alarm? Something wrong with my alarm? But I don't think it is, because I went through this in the past.
Yeah.
One person put a note on my car saying your alarm goes off all night.
Mm-hmm.
And so I looked at the DVR video, and what happened was it went off one time.
Okay.
It didn't go off all night, it went on once. And on the DVR video, when it went off, a couple walks by, and when they get about 100 feet in front, the car alarm goes off.
Okay.
So I can't specifically tell you with proof, but my guess is they might have an identical key fob or some way of getting the frequency.
Okay.
And I can't tell you. Maybe they just kicked the fucking tire.
Right.
Okay, I can't tell you.
Something set it off. Though.
But what I can tell you is my car went off in 2 days. It kept going off all night, all day and night.
Jesus.
I bring it in the garage. It doesn't go off.
Oh my, really?
Correct. I put it on the street. It keeps going
shit.
off. Now, I come out. We have our mass... Remember the gray and black tactic?
Yes.
In the last 2 weeks, that's gone insane.
Okay.
All across Southern California. And they have like 100,000 fucking gray and blacks. From Redondo Beach to here to this to that.
Jesus.
And blue and blacks. And almost all bike riders wearing black pants and blue shirts. Just the freaky insanity. Okay, but let's not focus on that.
Okay.
Let's focus on their anger. A girl in gray and black is waiting for me to walk by my car. And I find out she drives a white Elantra.
Okay.
Now, for a good 10 years, she's been parking her white Elantra, or is it Elance? I'm not sure. Elance or Elantra, whatever.
Okay.
She's parking with a black Elantra in pairs of twos. Now, when I'm talking to her, I don't know who this person is.
Right.
She's blonde, wearing the gray and black pattern. But she is involved in the pairs of twos tactic
The pattern. Right.
of car tactic.
Yeah.
So now you already know, even though I didn't know this from talking to her, I knew enough that she's full of shit, but I didn't know she was that person.
Right.
Okay, so she's already involved in trying to make me mentally ill, like the Asian guy in the groupings of civics.
Right.
So they have no argument.
No.
Okay, and you would agree
Yeah,
from your
totally.
psychological and proof, because
Yeah.
this isn't really about psychology.
Right.
This is about murder operations.
Proof. Truth. The real
Well,
facts here.
Correct, fact. We don't care
Exactly.
about empty evaluations. Hey, Brittany's not allowed to leave her office when analyzing Kevin about things he's saying. But if Brittany's out witnessing it, then that pisses off people in the judicial
Exactly.
system like Green T. Phillips and Seymour Hamster and judges, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
So that's why they're cranking down on you that you're unethical for leaving your office
Which is complete bullshit.
and doing therapy with me because,
Right.
like usual, nobody would give a flying fuck.
No, it's completely acceptable and appropriate.
Okay. So they have something to hide as well.
Yeah.
Linking to Jen
yeah.
Pilchick and Jason Perlman.
Right.
Okay. So, her statements to me. She starts off nice, trying to bait me and reel me in. Hey, Kevin, your car alarm keeps going off, and this and that, and blah, blah. And it's really annoying everyone, and this and that. And I said, you know what? I totally know. I heard it, and I keep coming out, and I'm trying to figure out who keeps putting this dog shit on my car, because there's dog shit on my car as I'm talking to her.
I can't fucking believe that shit.
And I see someone put a little threatening note there, even though it looks kind of friendly, like, don't park your car here because the alarm's really annoying, with little cryptic schizo messages like the capital LOT for lot, when they say parking lot,
Oh, yeah.
and the 3 patterns and all of these things, sort of playing the game they constantly do. Kevin, your car's really annoying and it's bothering us. Can you kind of bring it in the garage, you stupid fucking dirty Jew?
Right. The undertone of it.
Yeah, and so it's always that at the end. Does that make sense?
Yeah, always
Like I used to
right?
walk down, I'd hand out cards, and I'd pass out cards, and this and that, and like, Kevin, can you not put your card on my car? Okay, sure, sorry, and I take the card off. Thanks, man, or something
Bro,
with his
whatever.
in the repetitive sequence of the man tactic
Yeah.
or bro as an innuendo, or maybe it's dog.
Aggressive or whatever.
They're not just street talk. It's actually innuendos,
Right.
and it's done like 100,000 times. It'll go past. I think the man tactic is now going on 5 years,
Holy
almost
shit.
person after person.
I didn't realize.
And
it
now
was
it's
long.
slowed down, and now it's starting up. Okay, so if 100 times a day someone incorporates man in a sentence
Yeah.
directed at you, then the tone, the underlying tone, is, Kevin, can you please? This really bothers me. Thanks, you fucking dirty Jew.
Right.
And then what's he
Aggressive.
trying to do? The same thing my brother was doing when he kept hitting me in the back of the head or flicking me in the back of the ear over and
Get a
over
reaction.
when I was a young child, trying to get a reaction going, this guy's fucking crazy. Look what he did to me.
Right. But he's instigating it
Correct.
the entire time.
And then it's Kevin's annoying.
Right.
Right? And don't you see the fact that the same tactic started from Jason Perlman
Right.
at very young age, maybe 8 years old or younger,
Yeah.
is going from stranger to stranger.
Right. Like, how does that happen?
Okay, it's not one random event. It's not trauma.
No.
Oh, Kevin's traumatized from what Jason did at 8 years old. It's
continuous.
continuous, minute by minute. How long? I've been in here an hour and a half. When I was out here, I've already had 2 or 3 man tactics this morning. On the way out
I don't
here.
doubt that.
Okay,
at
so
all.
the underlying tone is, hey Kevin, can you please? It really bothers me. You dirty fucking Jew. You need to die.
Right.
Okay, now how do people react to that statement if it's direct or non-direct? Because
They're
the tone
gonna-
itself is the tone.
Exactly. You're gonna react.
Correct. Okay, so what they're
In
trying to
some
do
way.
is when I show that I'm being nice, they
Yeah.
want that extra reaction.
Right.
Okay, so I don't want to get too sidetracked. Where the hell was I? The
At the
point
dog
is,
shit.
the lady says, with the dog shit on the car, showing that they're the instigators.
Clearly, yes.
You know what, Kevin? And there's 2 people. There's a guy on his balcony, and there's a girl above him on her balcony.
Mm-hmm.
And the girl goes, "You're setting it off to piss us off." I said, "How am I setting it off?"
There's dog shit.
And the lady in the gray and black
there.
says, "Well, didn't you come out at 2 a.m. last night?" And I said,
How
"I
the
probably
fuck
did.
would
I
you
kept
know
coming
that?
off when you guys set off the alarm." Oh, so you came out? Why would you come out if your alarm went off? What
How
are you
would you
fucking
know?
talking about?
How would she know you came out at 2 a.m.?
Exactly. I didn't even get to the point yet, and Brittany picked it up.
Right. Like, how would she know that in the
So
first
you
place?
just said it. Everything is documented. Everything is collected with NSA
Right.
level information. They have cameras pointing at my house. If I walk out tomorrow with a red shirt, 10 people might come out of the local area, not just my block, the local area with red shirts, showing that it's an IP-based cam given out to everyone to stalk me.
Right.
Okay, that's how they know. And it's going through the security companies with the police to stalk, hunt, torture, and kill.
Right.
Working, connected to Jen Pilchick to deem me crazy for Jason with his road rage shit and all the shit he did, and going after Gregoire with the crowbar. Now you're going to ask, why is the police, government, psychology community, security companies helping Jason try to kill people or do all this road rage shit?
Right.
Because their original intent was to eradicate Kevin Perlman starting at 5.
Right.
That's the only answer that it can be. Okay, that Jason, like you saw with Gregoire, is mad at me
Mm-hmm.
for stating that this event happened and Jason's coming after me. So Greg's mad at me. He's not
Right.
mad at Jason for going after him with the crowbar. He's mad
Right.
at me for being a snitch. You're a snitch, you're dead. That doesn't make sense.
Not at all. It makes zero sense.
Yeah. Okay, so the lady says, with the other people, the girl says, by the way, this is all on video. The girl says, well, you're setting it off. I said, how am I setting it off? I'm way down there inside my house, and any person that has any brains will tell you that these key fobs are line of sight. They only go like 100
Yeah,
feet.
clearly.
And how am I doing this through walls way down there when you live right here 20 feet away?
Right.
You could be setting off. You could be kicking the tire. You could be having your own key fob. You could be
Putting
doing anything.
dog shit on it.
Yeah,
You know?
and don't you think that putting dog shit and shit on my car over and over, or signs? Oh, and they also sort of bent the mirror.
Really.
Like not bent, not
But
vandalized,
they
but
did.
you know they fold. Well, he
Yeah.
took it and he folded it in, showing that they're
God.
fucking with the car.
They're fucking.
And
with
not one, but all of them are saying that I'm trying to provoke them by setting off my alarm when dog shit is sitting on the car, provoking notes like blackmail notes, emotional blackmail notes are on the car.
Like, you're not going to put dog shit on your own car.
Yeah. And then she
Come on.
says to me, the guy's up there and says, well, you know, Kevin, nobody wants to know about your life. And I just sort of stopped and I cut him off.
Right.
Because
Just fucking...
I didn't really explain it because I knew it wouldn't matter.
Right.
Maybe you don't want to know about my life because you're involved in attempted murder.
Right.
But the honest, legit, ethical, moral people, they want to know the truth.
Right.
Even though they're being fed lies. But if you were fed 100,000 lies about this guy, wouldn't you want to know that they're all lies?
Yes.
Okay.
I would.
So, and my point in the beginning is that these people that are attacking me in anger and rage, when they say that they don't know, they don't understand what they're doing, it's not that they don't know their actions.
Right.
They're being fed lies and they're acting in anger. But what if you
Exactly.
find out you killed some guy
Right. Who's
because someone
innocent.
told you he did something, and then you found out that you were lied to and you killed an innocent man, even though you shouldn't be
Exactly.
killing anyone for any reason?
Exactly. Then
Okay.
It's like, how do you live with that? I don't
Correct.
know.
So, the point is that the truth, the people actually do want to know if they're being lied to.
Yes.
They're just trying to sever all my ability to tell anyone and defend myself.
Right.
Now the lady says, he sets the motive. Kevin, nobody wants to know about your life because there's signs on my car.
Right.
Cars, plural. Nobody wants to know about your life. Well, he's not speaking, he's speaking for everyone worldwide. Why isn't he
Right.
not speaking for himself? Kevin, I don't want to know about your personal life. Oh, that's right. I said to him, I don't want you to fucking know my personal life. I want you to leave me the fuck alone. That's what I said to him.
Yeah. Good.
They didn't understand it.
How not? What did they say?
They didn't. The lady says, get your shit off the roads.
Get your shit off the road.
We're referring to my
Your
cars,
cars.
plural.
Right.
Okay, so now let's
Jesus.
break this down from a behavioral psychological standpoint.
Mhm.
We have a car with a bad alarm. And their cover-up argument is that the alarm keeps going off and I'm doing it to
You're
them.
doing it. Yeah. Why would you?
Doesn't make any sense.
No.
I put the cars in the garage to test it.
Nothing
it only goes
happens.
off there.
Which
I have
shows-
video of other lies from them. And you actually have emails from people. Remember, you got emails?
Yes.
I parked my car down by Mike Huntley's house.
Yeah.
Old house. He doesn't live there anymore.
Yeah, I definitely got
Kevin's
emails.
alarm keeps going off and they're contacting you.
I know.
Okay, so you have lie after lie from random
People.
people all across cities, different cities.
Yes.
And it's not, Kevin, get your car off the road because your fucking alarm's annoying. It's plural, get your cars with a nobody wants to know about your
Life.
personal life. But if that was the case, they wouldn't be following around trying to get dirt on me.
Exactly.
Okay, so they're full of shit.
Obsessed with
They're
your
obsessed,
life. Yeah.
and what they're really saying is, I'm trying to get whatever I can to use against you. You don't talk or we kill you, and you're not allowed to tell anyone what we're doing.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Once again, something to hide, linked to Jen Pilchick, Jason Perlman. Why do they have this allegiance? I can't tell you. Doesn't make any
No, it
sense.
doesn't.
But it's going through the psychology community.
It's
I think I have... Okay, so... Oh. Now. I don't know if you got all the pictures. Now, remember when I do this, I'm videoing all day and I'm talking to my camera.
Right.
Documenting it.
yeah.
Now, I stayed in the camera, because that's all on video too. I'm going to take my Eclipse here. I'm going to put it in the garage and make sure that the alarm is okay. See if they're lying or not, even though I
Right.
already know the truth.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take my GMC Envoy that has Kevin Perlman Target on it.
Mm-hmm.
Not that this was actually being done before I had signs on my car, but I'm still going to stick to the current lie, their current changing tactics. And I'm going to bring the Envoy, I'm putting in the same spot where the Eclipse is, because this alarm isn't going to go off.
Right.
Now, logically and factually, if they do shit to the car with the alarm, there's no question whether the alarm is bad,
Right.
then their argument is bunk about
yeah.
the alarm bothering them.
Exactly.
Okay, next day I come out, shits on the car, on not only on the Eclipse, but dog shits now
On the other
on
one.
the Envoy, which I have
Oh
video
my
footage of
God.
the Asian guy in the gray Civic. I don't have his license plate. I do have sort of photos of all the license plates, but
How-
I don't know which one's what.
What the fuck?
So the Asian guy who's trying to set me up
Uh-huh.
and then playing victim like they all do
That's complete bullshit.
is putting dog shit on my car, and he walks by and he bends the mirror and this and that on the Envoy. But their argument, I thought their argument was that your eclipse alarm is pissing us off, right. And you're doing it to us, which doesn't make any sense.
No.
So now the eclipse is gone, the envoy is there, and they're defacing the envoy, not in damages way, but in harassment way, provoking harassment and threatening ways. With you don't talk. And
the argument is not an argument.
Okay, so now their argument doesn't hold.
No, because
it's your alarm, and your alarm's ruining our life. But wait, but now the eclipse is in the garage.
Exactly.
Now her statement, her qualifying statement, get your shit in the garage,
right,
is referring to 2 cars, not 1, and it has nothing to do with alarms.
Right.
Okay, so what's the real? Do you understand what the real message is?
Like, get your shit out of here. Like,
but what's the message? There's a message. People don't walk around. Hey, Brittany, you're not allowed to park your car on the street. I'm gonna follow you to your house tonight. You're not allowed to park your car on the street.
No.
Okay, what's the real message here?
What, like intimidation and wanting to silence
but
a reaction?
You don't fucking talk.
Exactly.
They're threats. You don't talk.
Right.
If you talk, we're gonna deface your car. We're gonna put dog shit on your car. We're gonna slash your tires. 7 tire slashings or something.
That's so insane.
Car top slashings, paying off John Paul Nerano to punch me 7 times in the head. We also have black guys paid off to hit me in the face. We have, they weren't damaging or anything.
Right,
I mean, but there's still intimidation tactics with Starbucks Corporation. We have 2 events from Starbucks Corporation paying people off to physically assault me.
Right.
Then we have Greg Koenig and 1 tire slashings, top slashings.
And they tried to say it was a nail in your tire, right? Or something like that. Like it wasn't.
It changed. Oh, you old tires. And you have old tires, but 2 of them went flat at the same time in one night.
Right. What are the chances of that?
Oh, well, I know what you're saying. We're not allowed to write updated reports.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
okay, sure.
Right. It's garbage. It's
and everything's
bullshit.
proven. It's all on video. I video everything. I document it. Oh, now you have OCD because you walk around with a camera all day and you have mental illness. Well, I wouldn't have to fucking walk around with a camera all day if you weren't hunting me to have me killed for getting into photography. And when does this start, by the way, with the whole camera thing? You know?
29? 20? 30? 2?
1996 or 1997, I take a film photography class in University of Colorado, and Mike Wexler, sent after me by Jason Perlman, is working all these weird angles. Let's go on a road trip and you're not allowed to take picture of people.
The fuck?
With some kind of weird cryptic threat or something.
Right. That doesn't even make
And I wasn't picking up on it because it was so subtle, but all these things are linking together.
Right.
Why would you follow me around getting mad at me for taking a
photo?
Photography class? I wasn't even really getting into photography. I was just taking a fucking class.
Right. You wouldn't.
And I didn't even own a camera. I borrowed Chad Bauer's Canon A1.
Right.
Okay, so the only thing I did was go out, according to my professor, Kevin, this assignment is to go out to a city and take pictures. Oh, well, you walked around Denver and took pictures, so you're harassing people.
You were instructed to do so, Barry.
Okay, but where's the harassment?
0.
I was instructed, and there's no harassment either. How is walking around a city and taking pictures? If I click a picture in a city, I might have 50 people in a frame.
Yeah,
did I commit 50
unusual.
felonies or something? No, of course not. Now, the entire class is doing it, but they're only mad at one guy.
Right. That's not...
Because it's Kevin's behavior. Because he's annoying. He's provoking people with his camera by going out to Denver and taking pictures of buses and this and that. And guess what? Then it changes. Here's where you really get spooky. So then my final project is, I called it the final, I don't know what you call it, the final end project of the class.
Yeah.
Was the big project was, I called it the SETI project, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence.
No shit.
And I went out and took Denver pictures and buses and people playing chess and this and that, and I composited an alien in all of them.
That's so cool.
Like an alien playing chess with a guy.
Oh, I love it.
And you have to remember back then, now every 10-year-old does it, but back then, you needed like telecine machines, and it was all film-based.
That's
and
so cool.
Non-digital or partly digital. It was a nightmare to do.
Right.
So everyone in the class was like, oh, that's amazing. Maybe some. I don't want to boast myself. But
it sounds really
it was
cool.
out of the norm of the normal assignment. Then their argument changes to the world that I'm crazy and I think I saw an alien and I believe in the Illuminati.
Oh my god.
From a harmless fucking project. Right now, you have to sort of question what's going on. If first I'm harassing people with a camera, then it's I believe in the Illuminati, or I think aliens abducted me or something like this.
Right. It doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make sense. Just keep switching to the next thing and the next thing. Then I find out Kevin suffers from mental illness. We need to
Jesus.
deem him. We need to deem him crazy and lock him away. Well, it doesn't matter if I'm crazy or not, like I say on my website, and proving a point by putting on a stupid afro wig or whatever, that I'm allowed to be crazy.
Yes.
It's in the fucking Constitution of the United States that you are allowed to be whoever you are, provided you're not breaking laws.
Exactly.
And for them to say that I'm annoying them and bothering them by having some kind of emotion or expression doesn't make sense.
No, it's
okay. If I put on a black wig and like walk up to you and punch you in the face, going
That's
and
different.
mug you, then
right.
you have an argument. If I just put a black wig on and laugh and go peace, driving my car,
Who cares?
who cares?
Exactly.
And most people are going to laugh their asses off.
Exactly.
And you probably kind of look like you have to go, right?
I just have to pee.
Oh, okay. Before
but
she
you're
pees,
right,
let me do
though.
a qualifying. Even though this is pointless, I shouldn't have to do this. There used to be a guy, you might be too young, Santa Monica or Venice Beach. He's in a lot of movies, older movies, like 80s movies.
Okay.
He wore a turban, he had roller skates, and he played the guitar like Jimi Hendrix.
Okay.
And that's like what he did. And he skated up and down playing Jimi Hendrix.
That's awesome.
It's totally out there.
Yeah.
And he was known and he's famous. And he's in a lot of movies as a, I don't know what you call him, like, not an extra, but
what
a...
are they called? I know what you're talking
like
about.
a,
I don't know.
not a cameo because that involves an actor, but just a small
like
role.
an appearance or whatever?
Yeah, like they're videoing, like maybe it's Down and Out in Beverly Hills and they're videoing Venice Boulevard and he's playing guitar skating
Right.
by and that's it. And he's famous and he's known for that. Now, were people running around going, that guy's crazy because he plays guitar and wears a turban, so we need to deem him crazy and lock him in mental institutions?
No.
No. Okay, so everything that we stand for, Hollywood, expression, art,
Right.
I'm committing crimes. Every piece of artwork I've ever created, I'm being hunted for with angry and enraged people, especially with coffee shops,
Right.
trying to dramatize things that they would never do to anyone else.
Right.
Showing motive
Yeah.
that they're just doing these stupid things that
you.
don't make sense
Exactly.
for some other reason
Yeah.
and trying to make me think it's my fault.
Right.
Okay,
Which
so
it's not.
tinkle time.
Yeah,
And I don't know how
and
much time she has left,
I
so
don't have.
so are we ending it
Yeah,
here
this
maybe?
is pretty much it.
Okay, so we're ending it here. This was a very important topic.
There's a lot of stuff.
Hold it for your final comments.
Okay.
Conclusion. Yes, this affects everyone because it is important. This does affect all of your freedoms.
Right.
But before I help you with all your freedoms, all of you need to keep me out of cages and get the truth out of there because my life is just as important as your life. And for people to try to make me look like Jesus Christ because they don't like a joking shirt I bought when I was 21 in Ashland, Oregon, Lord's Gem shirt that nobody would normally care about, and I've rebought them at christianbook.com because the Christian community doesn't care about them.
Right.
This isn't about me being Jesus and dying for you. This is about all of us having good, decent lives and honesty and truth.
Yes.
So, yes, I want all of you to be protected except for the people involved.
Right.
They don't deserve it. But yeah, I do want to strengthen our Constitution and the truth. But most importantly, I want to be safe and protected and this to stop. Right?
Exactly.
So
you have every right that everybody
Yeah.
else does to live your life. It's already been like taken from you.
Correct.
in
I'm
some
already
way.
48 and half my life's more than half my life. I probably will only live to 70 if I'm lucky. I mean, I can't tell you.
Right. But just to live in some peace without these
Try to
constant-
salvage something out of what they've
Exactly.
done. So, any concluding thoughts about the situation? I mean, I guess everything, but what we're talking about today.
It was pretty fucking terrifying. That's my final thought. Like, to be aware of that because now the government can make laws and then like these people are the ones getting into the government and politics and all that.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's all based on you don't fucking talk or we execute you.
It's terrifying.
It's not
terrifying.
based. Everything my brother's doing with Jen
Yeah.
is not I want to strengthen the nation, is I want
No.
to sort of pass loopholes. And I can't say that 100%, but I've been right about everything so far,
Yeah,
correct?
You have. Exactly.
And there's a paper trail of her motives.
Right.
So what's to say
It's scary.
her agenda here? She might not have ever even thought of running for Congress
Right.
until she realized that I was proving more and more of my innocence. And this is the most important part. The police are paid off. The judges were paid off. The jury was tampered and paid off.
Right. It's all
Internal Affairs is paid off. Who else? What other agency? You've seen the FBI conversations.
Yeah.
They were involved.
Yeah, the CIA, FBI, all of them, right?
Department of Defense.
The board, what is it? The board of lawyers or whatever. What's it called?
Oh, the Bar Association paid off.
Oh, yeah.
Internal Affairs Bar Association paid off.
Everyone.
Okay, so I'm being fucking exterminated slowly with a plan of people. All these agencies are paid off that we're allowed to hunt down and kill Kevin since 5 years old.
Right.
It's not about anything. Now you have this bipolar crazy lady who isn't really... I don't know how involved she is in politics, but I can tell you that I don't know how she went from what she is to Congress level.
Exactly.
So she's probably being paid off or supported by some kind of group saying we want to kill Kevin for what he knows.
Right.
So think about those ramifications here. They're putting people in power that shouldn't be to come after me, to exterminate me, and Dincy is a prime example of someone that was paid off to do these things.
Yeah. Dincy...
break every law known to man, and them saying, we got his back.
Right. That's garbage.
Right?
Yeah. It's complete bullshit. You can't believe what everyone just tells you. You gotta look into that shit.
And it's all based on some kind of crazy label that nobody would care about anyways.
Exactly. Do you know how many crazy people there are?
Look, in high school, I don't want to get too deep. We had two guys put in my class in 11th grade, Miss Tunick's class. We had Mike Cho, who sat way over there, and we had, wait. Fuck. Mike Cho is the crazy one. Stefano Cho, my good friend Stefano. He was awesome. Stefano sat next to me. Something happened. He got caught cheating. Had to take the class over. Mike Cho sat way on to my left, way down on the other side, and he had this like Tourette'sy. He just every
twitches.
Every 10 minutes he'd be like, "You goddamn communist bastards!" And I have a feeling they were playing something off like. They took Stefano Cho out of the class and tried to make it look like I was provoking Mike Cho to make him go crazy or something, even though he was way the fuck over there. Right. But that's the things they're doing to me, right? Now, my point is I was going to get to is that I don't think that Mike Cho is being deemed someone with mental illness and being hunted and locked away in cages or jail cells and being mentally battered by criminals saying you're a criminal too and we got dirt on you and we're going to try to make you look crazy, paid off or contacted by the police. They're probably just going, oh, the guy suffers from mental illness and whatever, who cares? You know, we're going to help them. Okay? And then we have a guy in college that was Hawaiian and he never wore shoes and he would just talk to himself. And I remember going to I think it was like art history class, and he would be in the elevator talking to himself. And people were going ballistic on the guy.
Exactly. And not trying to lock him up or anything like that.
But here's Kevin and he's playing pool and people are befriending me. I want to take you to strip clubs and rid you of the world.
And that's bad. Somehow.
Steve McPike, can I watch you play pool? And then he befriends me and they're working on me. And then I move to California and then he sends Tim Thompson after me to hunt me and stalk me. And
it's just insane.
It's insane, right?
It's completely
because
insane.
Kevin needs to be deemed crazy and locked in cages. Well, it's got to be about something that someone did that they don't want me talking about, correct?
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
It's like you don't have to worry about deeming a crazy person crazy.
Yeah, you just leave them the fuck alone.
Exactly.
And then, of course, I know I'm going on tangents, but we have the people like Jen Hess sent after me, pretending she's schizo and trying to make it look like I'm trying to make her crazy. We have the Julia Sofia Reynoso, which was actually Rody Morales, working for the police, planting drugs in my house, trying to plant drugs in my house, trying to make it look like I'm abusive to people who magically turn into crazy people after they don't get their way and things like this, right?
Right.
Okay, so it's just going from person to person, place to place, thing to thing, or Southern Oregon State, Colorado, Calabasas High at Wright Middle School, Calabasas High, Southern Oregon State, University of Colorado, back to California, one person sequentially after the next, rid Kevin of the fucking world because he suffers mental illness and we gotta put him in cages.
No, that's bullshit.
And then we have my mother, I just want you to have a normal life.
Right. So what?
What's her definition of normal? Drilling holes in people's heads? I mean, bashing people's skulls with crowbars? I mean, I don't fucking know, right?
No, it's confusing as fuck.
Yeah.
It doesn't even make sense logically at all. At all. It's like boinging everywhere. But I just want you to have a normal life and like...
Yeah. And wouldn't your response be like, well, then stop and leave me the fuck alone?
Yes. Like, how am I supposed to do that with this occurring constantly?
Yeah. And they play this obsession card.
Right.
Oh,
But then-
my mother said to me on the phone the other day, she said, well, Kevin, why can't you just focus on like now and work on this and that? Mom, I'm being harassed every place I go.
Exactly,
Trying to
that's
make
the
it look.
thing.
And she keeps saying, oh, it's something from 30 years ago. No, it's now. It's right now. Okay, so
Still,
I can tell.
I'm sorry, I was pulling up.
Oh, okay.
But that's insane. You can't function and have a normal life if people are attacking you.
Correct.
Constantly.
It's like
It's ongoing.
it's like trying to have a normal life if every day someone launches a nuclear missile at you.
Right.
Or drops napalm on you every day, but my family keeps trying to turn it into a fabricated obsession issue. Did something happen to you 30 years ago, and that's why you can't go out and live your life today?
Jesus.
Right?
It's like you're not the one with the obsession here.
Yeah, and it's not just her. It goes to my father, and it goes to my friends, and these random strangers. And every day it's, look, I walk out of my house, these groups of people come out, attack me in their anger and rage. I get verbal harassments from every person in the world. And you want me to have a normal life, but you can't say that that's wrong.
Exactly.
Okay, so, and they keep trying to manipulate me into believing that I'm imagining it.
You're not imagining it.
Oh, is that for you?
Yeah, just a minute. Yeah.
And it's some traumatic event, and the only traumatic event I know is that Jason Perlman was bit in the face by a dog, and he wants me fucking dead and gone, and that's his trauma.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's your next.
Yeah, is it two? It's almost
Probably.
2. I missed my one. That's okay.
Yeah, 10 till.
I'll call her later.
Okay, so
I gotta pee.
this was a pretty important
This is good.
thing.
No,
So
this was crazy.
that's the conclusion I kind of took control of, but
No,
okay.
it's okay.
Yeah,
No, it's good.
Okay, so that's that. Until next time, hopefully we will get more
Soon.
during COVID world. And okay, so
Yeah.
the end.